And we back. We live, y'all. We back. We back up in this thing, man. We back up in this thing, man. Earlier off mic, we was talking about the things that we would cry over our parents taking away and shit.
Mm-hmm.
7-year-old girl, you take the TV away.
Hey, man, when she's 13, take away her iPhone. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. She's going to leave you for her 20-year-old boyfriend.
He lives like 2 states away.
Fucking
He's like in the military.
As weird as it sounds, I can't wait for those days.
You can't wait for those days?
No, it's weird. I just want to hurry up and get those days out the way.
Really? I mean, I don't know. I'm lucky I don't have any kids yet.
My brain is different. But, hey, real quick, though. As always, I know y'all wondering who I have in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
He's a brother in comedy. He's a brother in the podcasting world.
Mm-hmm.
He has the same vision as me, and he has the same ideas as me. We're going to make some noise right now. Fuck. For Blaze Sanchez.
Hey! And he said it wasn't too far to get here about traffic. When is there not traffic? When is there never not traffic in LA? Ventura, especially out here, just trying to get by Calabasas, Oxnard. Oh, man, it just takes a long time to get anywhere in LA. But I love it out here. It's beautiful, you know, especially when the sun's out. But right now it's dark. So it just reminds me of, like, Arizona in the middle of nowhere.
That shit's depressing, man. So, but like, for me, between looking for a bigger house to live in, then it's getting dark at 5.
Ugh, yeah.
Then you're just tired because it's dark.
Yeah.
This is some bullshit. I'm going back to Orange County.
Orange County. Ooh, you know what? People forget how southern California is until they go to Orange County. Like, I was in Newport last Christmas. Yeah.
A lot of money over there.
Yeah, there's a lot of good money. We were out there. So for Thanksgiving, my family, we instead of having a big Thanksgiving dinner, everyone comes together and cook. We go out and eat instead, right? So we're going hanging out. And we go to this little thrift shop right across from the restaurant that we're going to. This little old 80-year-old lady, 90-year-old lady, like senile, right? She got this bedazzled pink Trump hat on, you know? Yes. And so we walk in there. I'm the front. And then my mom, my sister, and my nephew are right behind me, right? We're just going in there hanging out. Looking around. She's like, where y'all from? Where y'all from? And I say, oh, yeah, we're from Diamond Bar, Pomona area. And then she goes, what?
No.
What? Y'all from over the border? I was like, what? Like that was like one of the few times, like huge. Like my mom just laughed. She didn't know how to respond. Right? She was like, "Ha," because like, how do you respond to someone just blatantly being racist?
That's old people. Old people. They say old people and babies. They'll just tell it to you like it is, no filter.
Yeah. I mean, you have children, so you know how like little kids be wilding, saying random things. I was at my nephew's.
Why you smell like that? Shut up. Why you smell like that?
Why you look like that? My nephew would be calling me out. He'd be like, Uncle, your car always smells like that weird funky smell. What's that weird funky smell? I'm like, that's that smell. That smelly smell.
When you turn 12, you'll know a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I was like 12, 13. I was summer going into 7th grade years. The first time I smoked, it was out of an apple bong. So apple bong. So my cousin carved up the apple. He got the weed from my uncle, and then so we were smoking in my backyard.
Always the dope uncle.
Yeah. He had that uncle. He's been in prison multiple times, but he has a tattoo on his neck of lips. I always thought that was sick until I got older and I was like, that's kind of just dumb.
You know what that is, right?
What?
So the lips, that's MS-13 territory right there.
Is that what it was?
That's what it is, man.
Probably. I have so many cousins. I have cousins and like uncles, cousins, like relatives in the mafia, and like I don't talk about that stuff.
I know. I'm with you. We're gonna keep this short.
Yeah, I don't need that like that because I'm not that kind of guy. Like I'm not. Yeah. Everyone's like, nah, because I grew up in Diamond Bar, bro. I'm far from ghetto. I'm far from gangster. You know what I mean? Like people be acting like in Diamond Bar, be like, oh, I'm gangster. I'm like, bro, you grew up in Pomona. You're not gangster.
Hey, if I could look, I tell people I'm from Newport Beach, dude, fucking Newport, bro. Dude,
I wish I lived in Newport. Newport's pretty nice. I like Kobe used to live there.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. I mean, I have a Kobe joke. But we'll get about that later. But no, I was just like I was saying. Grew up in Diamond Bar. Um, smoking. So we were on the second floor of my parents' house, right? But they have this little. We jumped out of the second story window because there's a little like covering for the backyard, little awning. So we're sitting back there smoking out of the apple bong. My cousin, he throws it into the woods because it's all woody out there, and so we had to jump back up. And so it's about like I want to say like a 5 foot high like jump that we had to go back into the house, right? So my little brother goes first because he's the smallest, then my cousin, and then me because I'm the biggest.
One of these,
yeah.
Give me one of those to boost.
Woof. And I'm the biggest, and I have the biggest hop, so I can. It's easy for me to go up, right? So I go up because I'm the biggest last, and I get stuck halfway through, and I look at my brother, and I look at my cousin, and we just make eye contact, and we just start laughing. laughing, hysterical, rolling on the floor, laughing, crying. I don't even know why, and I say that I'm like,
shit just happened.
I'm saying, why are we laughing? Why are we laughing? Oh, Lucy. Fucked up my shit.
And you never know what you're gonna get.
She fucked up my camera. Lucy, come here.
At the Realquicctho podcast.
I think the cat was antagonizing her.
Probably.
We have our film technician over here, the lovely.
If y'all look, everybody likes to see what goes on behind the
scenes. Lucy, come here. You're in the background. Here. So this is my rescue dog. I rescued her from my parents.
I like that.
Yeah,
that was a bar.
She was born in a truck body shop. So she doesn't bark. She doesn't yowl. She honestly just sleeps all day. Like my roommate, he's concerned because every time I leave, all she does is sleep. Like she says, like I'm worried because she doesn't make a sound. She's just in her bed, in your bed, like belly up, asleep.
Yeah, that's not like a dog. They're getting at everything. Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck?
Nah.
Who breathes? Who's breathing?
Nah, she's asleep. She don't care.
Yeah, this dog has been chill for the whole hour that you've been here.
Until like the cat made a move at her.
Yeah, she was ready. Yeah, TTG, trained to go.
Trained to go. But that was my first time swimming, and I'm a big pothead nowadays. Like I have to go at least like I go through 10 grams a week, if not more.
Oh, weed. I wish I knew you a while ago. Straight up.
Well, that's just how it is, and it's so much easier now because like remember back in the day you had to have like 3-4 drug dealers, you know what I mean, 5-6. Like you'd hit up your main guy and you hit him up at like 6-7 o'clock, like right before you get off work. And he don't text you for like 2-3 hours. Yeah, so then so you hit up dude number 2 and he don't text you for like 2-3 hours. And you hit up dude number 3, and when you hit dude number 3, all 3 of them hit you up at the same time. So you got to figure out how to spend $20 between 3 dudes. You're like, hey man, do you take 66 cents?
$6.66.
Shit, man, that's the only way it is. I did the math too.
I try to do my little weed pushing endeavors, and I did. It was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But allegedly, see what happened was the shit got too legal.
Too legal?
It got way too legal.
What do you mean by too legal? Like, is it like you only do things that are illegal?
Allegedly. So, right, so when it was illegal, right? $20 a gram, fucking $75 for an eighth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like money's coming in, and there wasn't too many.
Yeah.
There was that one guy that you knew up the street, and there was that other guy that your guy knew that was also up the street, but he didn't tell nobody because he was the plug.
Yeah.
And back then the plug was, oh, I got a whole QP on me. But now it's like,
I mean, I had a friend of mine. He was in college. So I went to the University of Hawaii. And so he tells me one day, hey, Blaze, I need your help. I need you to come with me to the pier. We're going to pick up some things. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll come. I didn't ask too many questions. Never ask too many questions, right? Never, ever ask too many questions. You don't need to know. So we go there, and and this little, like, dinghy pulls up. Little speedboats pulls up, and he throws us 3 trash bags. Boom, boom, like, full, you know, like the Yard House, the big, huge, big, huge industrial trash bags. He throws us 3 of those, right? We get back to the dorms. We open the first bag. Just nothing but weed. Just like, and it wasn't like
the whole room
it was
just
packed.
smelled like Christmas.
It was like, you know how the little top at the top was tied up, but the whole like just it was like
crazy.
And we had to help him for like and that was his supply for the whole year, for like a whole semester, and he got rid of that shit within like 2-3 months.
Damn.
Yeah.
So how was the trimming process? Because when I would get pounds, like
so he would do it in different ways. So he would either he would cut it up in pre-packages. So he would do sometimes like he'll make an ounce, so he'll make a gram, he'll make a dub. So he'd have some of those, so he could just grab and go. You know what I mean? Because
this is when it was illegal.
Yeah,
allegedly.
This is when it was in Hawaii when I was in college.
Shit.
This isn't my operation. This is a friend's operation.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right. Yeah,
So I'm just saying. I'm not saying
that's all because all I heard was intent to sell. Shit.
I was just there like getting some free weed. He's like, "Hey man, you help me out with this, I'll give you some weed." And I was like, "Fuck it, man.
Okay.
Fuck it." You know what I mean? Because it isn't hard trim weed. Like he just pound it up. You know, he was like just trim it up a little bit. You know, sometimes he'll put a few stems in there if he didn't like the person. You know how you be.
And don't break that. Leave that thick stem on there because it adds some weight to it. That's like a nice 0.3. Fuck this food.
Yeah, fuck that fool. But that's how it be like. But I'm not a drug dealer because you can tell because I got short socks. The only drug dealers got tall socks, motherfucker. Like, and don't act me like you dudes who come up with the long socks, but they fold them in half. Like, you're not a real G if you fold your socks in half.
Oh no, man, we're gonna test the theory right now. You know what I mean? Hold up, dog. If my socks are pulled up, I'm gonna be pissed. All right, that's a little half.
That's a half socks. See,
half a P right there.
Yeah, see. Nah. See, the problem is that's a mid sock right there. So mid sock means you still got you got like a bachelor's, you got like 2 or 3 kids. You know what I mean? Like, all right. So my joke with this is like there's a tall sock dude, right? Tall sock dude's got no education, he's got no debt, he's got 5 baby mamas, 8 kids.
I like where this
but
is
he's
going.
got 5 PS5s. You know what I mean? And you got the mid sock. You know, they got maybe a college degree, bachelor's, associates. Some of them just a GRE. But they got like 1 or 2 baby mamas. They got like 5, 6 kids. They got they got one. They might have 1 PS5 if they're lucky. But you know what? That's a mid-stock motherfucker. And they're the manager at your local's AT&T. That's what they are. And you have me, the short stock motherfucker. I got my doctorates, shit. I'm going for my doctorates. Okay. I ain't got no debt, but I got my PS5 stolen last month. So if you see a tall stock motherfucker, let me know because I gotta reclaim that shit somehow.
Yeah, I might. Damn, what the? I might need one of those. I might need one of those.
But that's what it is. It's kind of these things because as a kid, like I would always assume that like having taught, like I didn't wear certain things growing up because I didn't want to be identified as a gang member. Yeah, like I didn't wear like Dickies.
Raider jerseys.
I didn't wear Dickies growing up. I didn't wear like pro clubs growing up. I didn't wear long socks, like the long knee socks. I didn't wear none of those.
Old school basketball socks.
No Cortezes. Like. I didn't have any gang. Like the closest thing I had a gang affiliation was being part of G Unit. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have no gang.
With the jokes tonight, I love that.
Always, man. Always. It's a podcast. It's like I ain't no G, man. Nah.
Good unit.
I'm the good unit. Good unit. That'd be a good brand, though.
Hey, word, right? Like they already got good music. Why not have good unit too?
Yeah. I mean,
hey, you steal my shit. I'm coming after you. Cease and desist already.
50's probably wouldn't come after us. I mean, 50 is a greedy motherfucker.
I mean, the greedy ones, they win.
I mean, yeah. I mean, look at what he's done. I mean, in music, he just came out and was a dog, and I mean, vitamin water. I mean, whatever 50 does, I mean, he does it really professionally.
You ever watch Power?
I haven't watched Power, but I've seen clips of it, and it's pretty good.
You watch BMF?
No.
Pretty much all his shit is good, yo.
Yeah.
Even his movies.
Get Rich and Die Trying was good. The 50 Cent video game was kind of eh. Did you play the Bulletproof video game?
Yeah, I played it like 5 times.
Bro.
I only played it off of strength that it was what other rapper got his own video game?
Well, Soulja Boy was supposed to come out with his own video game console.
Shit. Yeah.
Soulja Boy, tell him. I ain't gonna lie.
First one, I own Atari. No, you don't. Nah, you don't.
Soulja Boy don't know what he's doing. I will say this, every time I see his interviews, he's always just almost some wild and shit.
Yeah, because he wants to be hard. It's like, nah, shut your little skinny ass up.
It's like Chris Brown. How Chris Brown is a blood.
I
don't respect him as a blood. And
that's Chris Brown. It's not Chris Red. That is Chris Brown.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful example of buying your way in.
Yeah, I mean, they say like 6ix9ine, Tatiana 6ix9ine. That's kind of what he
Same
did.
shit.
I mean, he was,
Same
and then he
shit.
snitched on them. Like, do you really think Chris Brown will go to jail for the Bloods? No,
Fuck.
no. I mean, he made a song.
Fight.
He made a song with Lil Dicky. There's no way he's going to jail. If you make a song,
I woke up in someone else's body. Then they're gonna make him sing that shit. Hey, sing that shit. Sing it.
Sing that Lil Dicky shit.
If I gotta tell you which one it is, you're gonna comb my chest hairs.
Oh no, comb my toe hair. Oh, dirty with it. Some people got some dirty toe hair. I don't even lie. Some of y'all need to shave your toe hair.
Yeah, please. Look, PDA, shave the toe hair.
Toe hair.
Cause that shit, nah.
I know the kids hear toe hair and they close the window. They're like, what the fuck are they talking about? Nah. This one.
They ain't never check my toes. Dude, they about to ask me for my clippers in 8 seconds. That's crazy.
No, I'm lucky. I don't have that much chest hair or back hair, but I do have a little bit of chest hair. But I ain't got tattoos. You know, I just don't like needles. But I do have one tattoo idea. And the tattoo idea what I have is it would be a stick figure of a dude mowing the lawn. And I get it like right here on my upper chest. So it's just some dude mowing the lawn.
That is fucking, yeah, put it where there's no, dude, what is your sign, yo?
Libra, October 5th.
You're a Libra?
Yep, 92.
Shit, Libras are not creative for shit. You must have like a Pisces moon or whatever. Like,
I don't know.
You ever meet that girl that's like, oh, what's your sign? And you tell her your sign. It's like, well, what's your other sign? Like, what's your moon? Like,
bro, I don't fuck with white girls like that. That's a white girl thing. Like that's when you know you date white girls. I will say this, like I never really cared for astrology. Like what does it even mean? It's like, oh, it determines your whole personality. It's like how you should make your decisions. If you need the stars to make a decision for you, then you're an idiot.
And then look, for me, I like to just make some shit up. Like, oh yeah, I'm a Pisces, so it says that like I'm very aggressive. I don't sleep at night, and I only eat once a week. And they'll say some crazy shit like, oh my God, you're so Pisces. Like, I ain't even with that shit. You ain't even hear what I just said.
You didn't even pay attention.
I'm trolling you right now.
I don't really understand why it became such a big thing. Like when did it started becoming like a big thing around like 2010, 2011, I want to say? Like when did you remember it being big? Like
I don't.
It just came up.
Yeah, just girls would ask me about it. And when I was younger, I mean, any young guy wants girls, so shit, if she like astrology, I like astrology too. I'm gonna beat her to the punch.
Personally, growing up, I prefer the zodiac signs over all that other stuff. You know what I mean? Like the lion, the monkey.
I'm a fish.
You're a fish.
A shark.
A shark. You're a shark. Is that your sign? Is that how you just? Okay.
That's how I flip it.
That's how you flip it. You're not a fin.
I can't be walking around here saying I'm tuna or something.
Well, I'm born year of the monkey. I like it. I feel like it fits me.
Oh no, okay, I see what you mean now. I got backwards. I don't know what I am.
You don't know what you are?
I don't know. All I know is Pisces. February 24th.
February.
And I'm supposed to be warm and sensitive and a dreamer. And I only got.
And your girl and your wife is looking back like you ain't in any of those.
Yeah, something like that. Like yeah. I'm a dreamer though.
He's always a dreamer, but sensitive.
I got big dreams, but sensitive. Unfortunately, like it's kind of something I'm not proud of. I wish I was a little more sensitive, but
I get you.
I really don't give a fuck about a lot of shit because a lot of things to me, a lot of people's problems to me, I'm low key selfish too because I know what I want and I know what I just know what I want. Point blank. Period. It was like, oh, the rent. Oh shit, I got a flat tire. I don't give a fuck about that, yo. Figure it out.
Yes, it sucks to suck, man. Might as well swallow.
Figure that shit out.
Yeah.
On, yo.
I mean, I was talking to someone, a chiropractor a few years ago, and he was like, as a kid, we didn't need all these handouts, all this and that. Like, at the end of the month, we just always made do. And, yeah, you may, but it's not like it was easy. Like, he would say, like, all these people, especially, like, in L.A., like, all these homeless folks, like, all these people who asking for handouts, it's just so sad to see, like, what it's come to.
When there is a situation like that, because I might sound wild and I'm talking all this shit, but I'm saying it because I mean it. But if I see a homeless person and if the energy's right, you're getting $20. Like that's just always been the type of person that I've been. I'm always trying to put somebody on, no matter what. Like, I mean, unless you do some stupid shit to me, and if your energy's off, Put
Yeah.
yourself on.
I mean, a lot of these homeless are just crazy. They just need mental help. A lot of these homeless, they just need to be on some medication. They need to be put in a good home. You know, someone to watch over them. But a lot of them, they've just been so crazy for so long that they burned all the bridges.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people to end up on the street, you got to burn a lot of bridges to end up on the street. Like you got to burn mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, cousin, nephew, everyone. You got to burn everyone. Friends, you know, people you know for like 5-10 years. Like it takes a lot to end up on the street. And people like, oh, you just end up on the street tomorrow. Yeah, you can, but it's not like you're gonna end up on the street tomorrow.
It's something that led up to you made a choice. You know?
Yeah, there's choices that you make that end you on the street. Not saying that like there's a lot of people who end up on the street not because of their own faults, but a lot of folks choose to live on the streets, and because there are places for them to go, but they don't go there because because they're dry places. They can't bring their stuff. They can't bring their pets. I mean, some people have dogs. Some people have cats that they bring with them everywhere, and the resources, the houses that they give them, the places say that they can't have pets. And then, so that makes that person doesn't want to go there. They may need the help, but they can't go there because they have their dog, and so they would rather live on the street and have their dog,
big time,
than live in a house without their dog and their dog be on the street. Which you can see is like, for me, like I can understand that. Like, all right, well, if you don't let me have my dog, then I'm not gonna be here.
Yeah, and that's just love.
Yeah,
but it's interesting that you said some people choose to be homeless.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it, yo. I thought about, just getting a camper for like a year and then just spending $40 a month at LA Fitness.
That's what a lot of people do.
Showers,
kick
sauna, it, work out, go swimming, charge your phone.
Yep.
Like they got a fucking jacuzzi in there. Like, and then what? I'll just take a shower and go to my little camper, and I'm
Well, there's a lot of homeless comedians too. They do that. They have a little camper, they live out their car, and then just
That's
have.
What's gonna be then? I'm not a real comedian.
Well, I don't like how folks like Robin Williams, they glorified being homeless. I don't think homeless should be something glorified. You mean?
I think it's just because beauty in the struggle.
Beauty in the struggle.
Everybody loves the underdog.
Yeah.
And if you're homeless. And this is a fucked up assumption. Understandable, but fucked up.
Yeah.
If you're homeless, you're automatically an underdog. That's not all the way true. This motherfucker got no electricity bill.
He ain't got no debt.
I mean, don't worry about him.
Nah, he good. I mean? He good.
That what would you spend? You spend $2,800 on you spend $2,800 a month on rent. Ask him how much he spent.
Nothing.
He just sat here and bought you $1 million. You talking shit. You know what I mean? Like that. Like shut.
Well, just think about this. Like especially in Los Feliz, there was this one homeless dude. He had 2-story place built from like plywood. He had like a 50-inch screen TV. He had a generator outside. He had a small little grill that a charcoal grill that he can cook up. He had a bed that was bigger than me, covered up with like the blue tarp. I'm like, man, this motherfucker's living better than me. Like, shit, he's got
the one who had the documentary.
I don't even know, man. There's so many different ones. I mean,
think I heard about him.
There's so many different homeless, man. I mean, there's even. It's crazy that you think about like there's famous homeless people. Like, do you see? There's that documentary on Hotel Cedar. I think it is. It's out there in Skid Row.
I think that's what I was thinking about. They got damn near mansions and shit. How they shit is fresher than mine.
Well, you see on it, like they interview people and they said like 15 years, 20 years, 25 years homeless. Like, what do you mean you're a decade homeless? Like, how do you go a year homeless? How do you go years, a decade homeless? Like that takes a lot of work. Like it's not easy being homeless. Like I feel like it's a lot more work being homeless than it is to actually like get a job and pay bills, because that's just very easy. You just get a job, pay bills. We're homeless. You got to figure out where to live. You got to figure out places to get food.
That's why I need a camper. Camper. Just go plug that bitch into the same LA Fitness.
Well, I was talking to someone who lived on like the pier in Santa Monica, and when we were talking, I was like, and I asked him, I was like, how much you pay a month for your like studio apartment? Smaller than this kitchen, right? And he's like, man, I pay like $2,000 for this studio. Right there. But he's like literally a block, like from right here to where your door is. That's how far the fucking beach is from him. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So he's like
yes.
right there, and I was like, how do you feel about these homeless people who don't pay rent but live right in front of your house? And he's like, well, they're nice. I would wish they weren't there, but when they know they're not supposed to be there on street sweeping day, they move and then they move back on where they were at. And I was like, bro, that's just kind of just frustrating.
I can't, yo. I can't. That shit. I'm already pissed. Like, if I was that guy, I would be pissed. I wouldn't be pissed at them. I'd just pissed at how much smarter they are than me. Look at this dumbass. My fucking trailer's bigger than yours.
Honestly, the trailer's bigger than yours. The apartment.
Yeah, but look at you. You conformed. Haha.
Yeah.
Stupid. Look at you. You're a conformist. Haha.
He got like no parking spot. He's got to park like 2 blocks, 3 blocks a mile away from where he lives just so he has parking.
Dude, I swear, man, if I was a neighbor in the trailer, hey, homie, you hungry? I know you're hungry.
I know you ain't got no money.
Hey, it's the first, yo. I know you. Come on. I got you, dog. I got you.
Just fucking with money.
Tri-tip tonight. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, where'd I get it? Don't worry where I got it. Shit.
Don't worry about it.
Right
We got all the memberships. The Costco, the Sam's Club, the Vons. I didn't even know Vons had a fucking membership, my boy. Like, yeah, they deliver the trailer. Right to the trailer.
I'm not a big fan of all these delivery services.
It's too much, yo. I don't trust nobody.
No. Not only that, like, especially because they're picking my food. Like, it's one thing if it's like from McDonald's.
They don't give a fuck.
No, like, they're picking like the least freshest fruits and vegetables.
Yeah,
like,
they don't give a shit.
They just pick whatever. They don't care about it. Like, when I go there, I inspect the fruit. I inspect the vegetables. If there's something wrong with it, I put that shit down. Like, I have to like fucking knuckle that shit.
You gotta put it in your notes. and if I did that shit, if I was how do you call them a GoFundMe? That ain't what the fuck it's called.
OnlyFans.
Only Foods.
Only Foods.
Like, yeah, but if that was me and I seen that a little annoying ass note, like, I'd be expecting a big tip, or I'd just be mad. Like,
They don't tip on these apps. I mean, you talk to every comic who does all these apps, Uber, Lyft, delivery services. They say no one tips. No one tips, and I get it. I mean, you're already paying like delivery fee, this and that, and like I got a tip on top of that. Like, that's why, like, even when I order pizza, I go pick it up. I order the pizza and then I go pick it up. Like, I'd rather go pick it up myself than spend the extra $20 for the delivery fee. Cause
I'm cheap, yo.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the same way. That's why I asked you what sign you were, because you sound like me. Like,
I have a rule. Anything over $20 is expensive.
Yeah, fuck that.
I've had the same rule since I was 10 years old. If it's $20, it's got to be worth it. Like, for me, a good meal is $10. That's a burger, fry, and a drink. You know what I mean? That's $10.
And a large too. And if you can't get that now, you can't get the large, you can definitely get
the medium. Yeah. But you know what? That's not it nowadays. It's like fucking $15 for a burger and fries.
Dude, the fucking adult Happy Meal is like $20.
What's the adult Happy Meal?
It's just, I don't know. I never got it because it was $20.
I didn't even know they had an adult. Does it come with a toy too, or is it just like a sex toy? It's like a vibrator.
Right, I know.
You look at the kids. You like the kids here.
Nah, I was trying to see if my girl was there because she be knowing a lot of shit. She's my third mic when she wants to be.
When she wants to be.
But yeah, like, it was. I think it was for a limited time only, where they were doing. You can get an adult. Like, fuck that. You better put some lottery tickets in there. You know what I mean?
Some $1 bills.
Man, I need like a little Jack. Fucking
those little shot glasses.
Yeah, man. Talking about adult Happy Meal. Ain't nothing adult about this except the fucking price, man.
I mean, yeah. I mean, remember they got rid of the Super Size Me because of the movie Super Size Me, which I think was kind of a bullshit move. They should have stuck to heels in.
What you think was gonna happen, my guy?
Yeah,
that was my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think was gonna happen?
I mean, there was a like 2-3 months ago, Bill Gates funded this research. The effects of alcohol has on the body, and he says they researched it and they found only negative effects come from drinking alcohol. Billy boy, Gatesy, let me tell you this right here, right now. Please. Give me the goddamn money. I would have told you this for half the price. For half the price, I would have told you there ain't no good effects that come from drinking alcohol.
Because
not a single one.
Because of his credentials.
Bill Gates, he pays millions of dollars to do research on alcohol to find out if there's any good effects. Bitch, the only good effects it gives is the ability to forget your bad decisions. And the bad decision you made to start drinking is what the decision it helps you to forget. of how bad it is.
I swear. Hey, how much you say you got?
How much
You say
funding?
you got? Hey, give me the money. I'll do all the research right now.
Yeah,
And
all the
as soon as I'm done
research.
counting, I'll say negative. Nothing positive. How do you know? I am a human experiment.
I know. I am the
You
experiment.
see these DUIs? Thank you for paying for these DUIs.
You see these bottles on the shelves?
Like,
Like,
come
we
on,
here.
man.
We here.
Go open my car. Here's the keys. Go open it. I need you to blow my.
Oh shit! You know, what I always thought was crazy is when those people you have to have the breathalyzer to turn your car on.
Yeah, my boy. I just did the pod with last night.
So you blew it in for him?
No, I didn't. He was straight, but it fucked me up though because I was like, wait, this shit is real. Like I thought it was like some Transformer Hollywood shit.
Nah.
It was always the white girls and.
Yeah, because
Wait,
them bitches.
hold on. Just give me a bite of the burger. Just wait a minute. I got this. Like, what? Why the fuck? You blowing the car? You supposed to be blowing me. What the fuck? No, you don't understand. And it just. Like,
Yeah.
yo, hey, let me out. I don't want to do this anymore.
If you hop into a car that has a breathalyzer, be warned. It may be your last ride.
Yeah, you need to evaluate your life. Like you need to strongly consider the girls that you like.
I mean, there's this one girl. She reminds me. I was talking to her, but we haven't talked in a bit. She reminded me of my grandmother, and the reason why is because of how much she drinks. Like my grandmother can drink the fuck out of fuck. Like she could drink. I was 16 years old. She drank me underneath the table, and she was 80 at the time.
Damn.
Yeah. So my grandma don't play. Like she, honestly, up until her death, she was doing nothing but partying. Like she just party.
That's how I'm gonna go out.
Just party. I mean, like she was always at a party. She would drink until 4 o'clock in the morning, and then she would wake up at like 6 o'clock and start making everyone breakfast.
That's gangster.
I mean, she had 12 kids.
Yo, yeah, she was built for that.
She was built
sure.
for that. She was just a factory.
Shout out to grandma. For sure. Shout out to grandma.
Yeah, she was great. I have to visit her grave. I haven't gone because unfortunately she passed during COVID, but she was great. I saw her Mother's Day before 2019.
Grandma.
But she was fun. She was always life party. She was 80 years old. She had 2 boyfriends in 2 different cities, both paying her rent. I mean, yeah, that's how it be. Like,
let's go, Granny.
Right? Like everyone's like, "Oh, old people, you can't tell sex jokes or be, edgy around." No, man. The hell you can? You know who fucked first? They did. Right. They do all the freaky shit too. Like,
Granny, where you going?
Why do you
Mind
think
your damn business, boy? You know where I'm going.
Why do you think your grandparents had saran wrap all over the all over the furniture, man? So that way it's easy to wash off.
Blaise Sanchez, ladies and gentlemen.
Amen. Like I know what I be. That shit.
Mind your business, baby. Mind your business. You know I'm going to Melvin Hill. 99-year-old Melvin. He might be 99. I mean,
my grandparents. Both my grandparents had a lot of kids. My mom's, she has 7 brothers and sisters. My dad has 11 brothers and sisters. So you telling me those motherfuckers don't know how to fuck?
Your name is man. I swear, 'cause I know a lot of Sanchez's. And I hope that one of them watch this and be like, yo, you know my primo?
They might.
They might.
I mean, I have family all over the place. I have family all over SoCal. One of my cousins, lives in Bakersfield. Another one, some of them live in Oregon, Montana. I used to live in Hawaii, like I said, Arizona. I have family all over Mexico. I usually mostly I spend most of my time visiting my dad's family in Mexico in Sonora, right there in Puerto Peñasco, Rocky Point. So I spend a lot of summers there. It's really fun, but like you can definitely tell where the rich and the poor areas are because it changed now. Because when I was a kid, the poor area was all dirt road. It was all dirt road until you got to the railroad tracks. And when you got to the railroad tracks, it was paved road.
Yep.
And it went to the hotels, and that's the reason why it was paved. But the second you enter the city, dirt road everywhere, cross the railroad tracks. Boom, right there. Nice paved roads. But they finally put some paved roads on the other side of the tracks. But it's not as good.
It's not the same.
It's not as good.
That's just the extra shit. That they fucking throw it over there, man.
But the thing is,
that way they can't say we didn't do shit for them.
I've been going to Mexico since I was a baby for 30 years, man. And you know what? There's just one hotel. I forget the name of the hotel. But for 30 years, it's been being built. Yeah. And it's like it's been being built for 30 years. You know what that means? It's just all drug money. It's just drug money. What it is they get a whole bunch of drug money and they start building, and then they run out of money, and so they have to wait till they get more drug money. And so like That's what it is.
Hey, fuck that fool. It's for the re-up, dog. Don't wait.
You gotta wait for the re-up. You gotta wait for the re-up. You gotta wait for all the drug re-up. I mean, it's easy to smuggle drugs into Mexico. It's hard to smuggle drugs out of Mexico. I mean, I have a whole bunch of like getting in and out of Mexico stories. Like, fun fact: if you don't have a passport, just go to San Diego. Just walk over the border at TJ. They'll just $20. That's all it costs. Yeah, if you ain't got a passport, it costs $20 to go over the border, and it costs more to go into Mexico than it costs to get into America.
Because I'm over here doing math like, damn, it costs like, I know it costs at least a couple $100 to get a passport.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is 2017. This is middle of Trump America. Like, it was funny because I went there and I had my Hawaii State ID only on the time, and I had a passport.
Cops, yo.
I pay plenty of cops in Mexico.
See what I mean?
It's only $20. It's only $20. If you want to get out of trouble in Mexico, it's honestly only $20. Unless you do more stupid, fucked up shit. Like, if they caught you with a lot of drugs, however many drugs you have and however bad drugs it is, it's gonna be like, if you get caught with weed, it's $40. If you get caught with coke, it's like $60-$70, depending on the.
I'll take that, yo. That's a risk I'm willing to take.
I got caught with weed before. I've gotten caught. I almost got caught bringing weed over the border one time, but they didn't give a shit about that, and they let us through. But I was with a white girl at the time, so she was freaking out. And so she told me to get rid of the shit, and I was like, bro, I can't get rid of it here because we literally, like, they have cameras everywhere. I can't just pull over and dump it because they'll see it. I'm like, you dumb bitch. Because like because when you cross the border, you got to cross the border like 2 or 3 times. You know what I mean? Especially coming from like going into Arizona. Going into Arizona is a lot harder than going into California, just because the geopolitical climate in the area. Because Republicans are more in Arizona.
I've never been as deeply rooted in Mexican culture that I am. I've never been to Mexico.
Well, you're more LA culture though. Like Mexican LA culture is different than like Mexican culture, because like you have a little twist of the kind of like SoCal life, because SoCal is so much different because we have more Spanish, more blacks, more Asians here, so it's much more diverse. Like where I went to school, like I said, I went to Diamond Bar, so it was like all Lees, Kims, and Chins, so it was like 80% Asians. There's like 10% everything else. I mean, just mixed everywhere. Like there was barely any like I was the minority, even though I'm in SoCal.
South Orange County, yeah, there's a lot of Asians.
Yeah, well, it's more like North Orange, like because where Diamond Bar is, it's the last place in LA County. Because south of us is Orange County, east of us is San Bernardino County. I grew up like 20 minutes north of Disneyland, and so like I would want to go to Disneyland, and all my friends would have Disney passes. And I said, Dad, can I have one? He said, huh? The fuck you think we are, rich? You think we rich? Who the fuck you think we are? It's like, you want to see a mouse? Go to Chuck E. Cheese. Shit.
Ah, that's cool. That's cool. It's not lying. Yeah, you get the hood mouse.
Yeah,
you get the rat.
But I love it because it's funny. I didn't realize this until after I graduated college. Is my father? He came here. I think it was December 3rd or December 5th. So around here, this time he came here on a visitor's visa. He told them that he wanted to go to Disneyland. He hasn't been. This man has never been to the happiest place on earth.
Excuse, yo.
Or the saddest place to cheese. This man is like, we're gonna go to Chuck E. Cheese. Why? Because it's a goddamn rat.
Damn, man. When did you start comedy? Because clearly you like.
Well, funny story. So I started comedy a little bit in college. The main reason I started doing it was because I was dating a girl who was doing comedy, and I stopped for.
That's a good ass reason.
Yeah. She's really good. She's a lot better than me. I don't want to put her out there because no need to talk about her.
Right.
But so I started doing comedy, and I stopped. The first time I started doing comedy was for like a year and a half, 2 years, right when I graduated. And the reason why I stopped was one night my mom, she texted me. She's like, where are you? And I said, I'm at the bar with some friends. She's like, no, you're not such you are. Where are you? I said, I'm at the bar with some friends. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not really telling what I'm doing. Just saying I'm with some friends, right? And she's like, no, you're lying to me. Where are you really? I said, fine, I'm at home doing homework. And so she calls me like 20, 30 minutes later. She's like, where are you? And I was like, I'm at the bar. And she's like, you told us you were at home. And I was like, no. And she sends me a picture of my front door and everything. So then after that, so it was my mom, my dad, my brother, aunt, uncle, and 2 of my cousins were there. So 7 people were there, front row seat. You know what I mean? This is my 3rd month of doing comedy. Woo!
How that shit go, man?
I did all right. They laughed. They had a good time. But after that, I stopped doing comedy for a long, long time. I stopped doing it, and then I moved back from Hawaii to California. I didn't do it then, and then COVID happened, and I was like, I just want to do it again. So I got back in doing comedy during the COVID, and I actually started doing my own outdoor mic. That failed, but that's okay.
It'll come back.
It'll come back. Well,
revamped.
it was good during the summertime, but like during the wintertime, it like dies down because people don't want to be outside. It's cold.
Mm-hmm.
The spot I had, it was also like a hard spot because I used to live in Altadena too during COVID, and I would have it out there in Altadena because there's so few mics out there. And like in Pasadena, once you get like, I want to say past like 134, the 5 freeway, there's like no real mics out there for that audience, for that like San Gabriel Valley area. Most of the mics are like in LA, NoHo.
There's a lot.
It's mainly in that area, Hollywood. That's where most of the mics are. There's not many mics like out here, Ventura, Oxnard. Few mics in Santa Monica. There's more mics now in Long Beach recently, but even before, like during COVID, there wasn't that much. But there's more. Orange County is finally starting to come back. Beforehand, there was a good amount of mics in Orange County. They were starting to really build up their comedy scene out there. But then COVID, they kind of fucked them up. COVID kind of fucked them up, and now it's kind of like they're slowly starting, but they're going a lot slower. I mean, like Rancho Cucamonga, all that area. I mean, they got the Ontario Improv out there. I mean, there's a lot of great places out there. It's just that there's so few places to like for comics to go to. Like people have to drive for a long place. Like if you go out like to the 210, the 10, the 60, I mean, the only real place that's open constantly out there is probably just the Chatterbox. There's no real places for comics to really go there and like hang out. Like I do like Drunken Stoner. He's made a few places out here.
Yep. See, you're doing it again, bro. You already know. Hey, the Drunken Stoner, you guys already know that he's killing it. He won't stop killing it. This motherfucker won't be still. I just met him last week. He's always driving. You just met him?
Well, we met a few months ago, but we just started like hanging out last week. We met at another mic. We met at a Baca mic.
That dude, you need to be next to him. If you are involved in comedy and you don't know who the Drunken Stoner is, I'm not gonna take you that serious.
Yeah. Well, I say this honestly, just like you, he's got a great girl. His girl, like, she does a lot of the work for him. I was like, damn, man. I see the shit that she does for him. I'm like, damn, man, you got more support than I do. Shit.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Sarah, man.
Yeah, she does the real work. She's the real MVP. She's the real MVP. I'm just saying, but you have to be successful in anything that you do. You have to have, most men especially have to have a good woman behind them. Good man, if that's how you go, but it doesn't matter. There's just a good person behind them to like help move them along the way. And I used to be that, but not anymore. I used to say, cool. I'm having a I used to tell everyone, I was like, "Oh, you're a comic?" I said, "No, I'm just the pretty face in the crowd." But that's how it used to be. Now I'm a comic, and it's fun because being on stage is great. I love going on stage and trying to see how bad I can do.
Are you your biggest critic?
Oh, of course,
okay,
of course.
So I'm not
like me and my roommate, like
we keep our little score right here. It ain't a competition.
To be fair, I threw my other one away, so technically I'm on the lead. Technically on the lead. Salud, salud.
Oh, yeah, let's do that for sure.
Salud. No, but comedy.
Come on. You are send your boy some cases, man.
Yeah, I love Corona. It's good. It's a light flavor. Honestly, I prefer lighter drinks. I'm not into like IPAs. I don't like dark bitter drinks. I like my drinks like I like my women. Not bitter.
I'm about to say light skin.
Yeah, light skin. Blonde and reds. Blondes and reds.
Honey blondes. So you have your own podcast.
Yes. Blazing Shark podcast.
Blazing Shark podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I have watched.
Yes.
Which is another part of the reason why you're here.
Thank you.
Have you done anybody else's podcast before?
I done like Young Baca's podcast. This is actually my second time starting a podcast. Actually, my first time starting a podcast was with my friend, who's also my roommate now, Charlie Shark. It was the BC Radio. So that was my first. It was in college. We were about like 50 episodes in, and he pulled the plug because he just wasn't happy with it. He just wasn't excited to do it, and it's honestly it's more his fault than my fault. It's the thing is I hate about some people have a lot of visions, some people have a lot of drives, but they don't have the work ethic to do something,
Yeah.
they'll start picking something up.
For sure.
They'll do it once or two times, and then they just like, I'm bored.
For sure.
And for me, that's not the thing. It's like I want to do something and I want to complete it. And you know, sometimes you go through a podcast. That's part of the reason why it was called the Blaizeness podcast to begin with, because originally it was supposed to be me and him doing it. And he just said, I'm just not having any fun. And I was like, well, what would make it fun for you? And he's like, oh, I don't know. Okay, that's not really constructive. I mean, it's like when I do something, it's like, okay, well, it's not fun. How can we change it up? What will we do?
Of course, yeah.
And that's what I've tried to do with him, but like it just didn't work out. And so now I've switched, making it just mainly about me and myself. Eventually, I want to go into just doing like me just talking in the podcast, like, you know how some people just like talk about subjects. I want to get into that eventually, but right now I'm just focusing more on just interviewing people. Because I just like to just talk to people. You know what I mean? I want to ask people conversations like, how did you get into comedy? Why do you love? What is it about comedy that you love? How do you feel about bombing? Because that's fun to me. Is when people bomb, like there's because when someone bombs, it's so great. It's so great, and I love it when I bomb too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's bittersweet for me. It's like, fuck. Yeah. But like, my bombs to me are not bombs when I watch them back. Yeah. When you're bombing, you just, for me, I'm like tunnel hearing nothing. Yeah. When really it's like everybody's laughing, but I don't know, man.
Well, it's also depending on where you at and the place that you're at. Like,
for sure.
We were talking about this earlier before the podcast, like different types of mics and shows. Like, I like to so there's two types of mics I like to always compare. Because they used to be owned by the same people. It was Hollywood comedy and Pasadena comedy. And so for me, Pasadena comedy was the community college of comedy. I mean, everyone was there, was super supportive. Yeah. They're like, "Oh, you're doing great. It's awesome." You know, blah 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 blah. You know, they'll laugh at your jokes. Whereas Hollywood comedy, it's more like, you know, grad school. Like, no one's there to have fun. Everyone has their arms and their legs crossed. They just do their jokes, and then they're like, okay, whatever. They just boom, 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 boom. Like, it's not as like
just to say, yeah, I'm putting my work in.
Yeah, it's not as supportive as other mics. Not to saying that it's not a good mic. It's a great mic. It's just like it's a different atmosphere than other mics. And it also depends on the host. Some hosts are better than others. Like I talked about this. Some hosts are just really bad in the sense that they don't keep the show going. They stop the show. And it's not about you as a host. It's not supposed to be about you as the host. It's supposed to be about, you know, the artist. It's supposed to be about the comics. Like, say 1-2 things. Don't go off for fucking 5 minutes in between each set. You know what I mean? Just say something, get the fuck off the stage, and, you know, say one thing. You know what I mean? Say, oh, that was funny, blah, 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 blah. All right, now your next comic. I'm going to the stage, blah. Like, you know, be professional. Yeah. Be professional. Another thing I was talking to some people is like some mics, you have to have music at a mic. You know what I mean? That keeps the energy up.
Got you.
Yeah, dude. Which I get that. It makes sense.
I've never been to a mic like that yet. But
they don't have music. There's a lot of mics like that. Like most of the mics they don't have music. Most of the mics are just like, all right, thanks. Blah 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 blah. Coming up. It also once again depends on the host. Depends on the mic. Each place is different. I like the places that have music personally because it's kind of like everyone loves walk-up music, you know.
Of course.
Like because it's kind of like baseball. Like when you go up to the stage, when you go to the bat, like you're up there one-on-one. You have the mic in your hand. That's your bat, and the spotlight's on you. That's the pitcher.
Like, it sets the tone.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I remember like Mike Trout's. His was Drake. Started from the bottom. Now, so whenever it's like when your favorite wrestler comes out, you already know it's about to be some shit,
the people's album. Yeah.
Do you smell with? Oh yeah, it's about to do the thing, man. For me, it was the glass break for Stone Cold. I'm losing my shit. My mom always sent me to bed early. I had absolutely no self control.
I honestly was more into the video games than I was into the actual like show itself. Because for me, it was more like just the video games are fun.
Anything wrestling for me, I was there. But I don't want to get off. I don't want to get off what you were saying just about different hosts, different mics, because I've been in comedy for months.
Yeah.
And, you know, from people that know me to people that don't know me to other comics, I fucking shot my way up.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to see that there's a hierarchy. At least out here in the 805, there's a hierarchy. There's the gatekeepers. There's the favoritism.
That's everywhere.
The cocky ones.
That's everywhere. It's like once again, it's like we're saying. It's like baseball. Like it doesn't matter if you're the best pitcher. if coach has his son, I mean, don't matter if you're the best quarterback.
1,000%.
It don't matter. It don't matter. So if coach has his son out there, you ain't getting the playing time. So that's just how I equate comedy and rapping a lot to like sports and stuff like that. Just because it is a combat sport. Comedy is a combat sport because you got to go up there, and it's the only art form where they see you climb the mountaintop. One of my guests, Ross, what's his first name? I forget his name right now. But he runs the Chuckle brand. And he told me, every other art form that you go climb to the mountaintop in darkness, in secret, and then you come back from once you reach it and hand it to people. Whereas comedy, they have to see you climb the mountaintop. You have to go out there and get your licks and get your slashings and fall down the mountaintop in front of people. And it may be humiliating, it may be hard, but that's what makes comedy so much more the hardest art form out there, because you have to put your unsuccessful things before you can become successful. Whereas in rap, in music, and even in movies, you can be as unsuccessful behind closed doors as many times as you want to. No one will see it. Whereas right here, everyone's gonna see it.
Yo, so with this, because this is the realest game I've gotten in a long time.
Yeah.
Specifically about comedy, because normally the shit that you talking right now is what I talk about, but with everything else.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing comedy?
Like I said, I started.
I probably asked that shit already, but
it's technically been like 4 or 5 years ish, kind of.
Yeah,
3,
it
4.
had to be some.
Well,
years.
it's been because I fell off because I did it for like 3-4 months in college, and then I picked it back up in 2020. So about 2 years now, 3 years now.
Because you sound like you got your
Well, also, like I said, I dated a comic, so I was in the scene. I was going to a whole bunch of mics. I was going to a whole bunch of shows. I was always sitting there. I wasn't talking. I was sitting there and I was just listening and just listening. Honestly, if you just shut up and listen, you'll learn a lot more than if you engage in the conversation sometimes. And not let other people engage in the conversation. You just listen because you'll learn a lot. And it's hard. It's hard to listen sometimes, especially because I'm a big mouth. But when I was out there, but the rule was, you gotta know your place in situations. And when my girlfriend was a comic, this is her scene. She's the one who had to take control, and so I would fall back. I'm the pretty face, and some people don't understand what it means to be the pretty face.
That's a very important skill to have.
Yes,
bro. Know your roles.
You know your roles. And I've dated girls. I dated one girl. She was Netflix. She was working on with Netflix and took me to a corporate party one year, and she was like, "Blaze, make sure you behave." And I'm like, "All right, got it." And she was like, "Blaze, you were really behaved." And I was like, "Yeah, I know how to."
Yeah, I mean, you asked me
to. Yeah, it's like I know where the situations. I know when the situation if we're with her friends hanging out, I can be a little bit more wild. But if we're in front of her boss, and he was like, "Yes sir, no sir, pleasure to meet you." Quiet. Keep the. If you're in a situation where you got to be the back wheel, just yes, no, thank you. Don't, if they ask, only respond when responded to. Don't interject yourself into conversation when you're not the person who's supposed to be there. If you're brought as a guest, if you're brought as the plus one, you're not supposed to be the light. They're the light. You're just you're the accessory. And that's what I saw myself you gotta learn how to be an accessory. And some folks don't know how to be males. You all need to learn how.
Not a bad thing.
No. And males need to learn how to be accessories. Males need to know how to act right with their women. They don't know how to be in situations. I've been there. That's how I lost my last major girlfriend. Is I got a little too drunk in one situation around her friends and her family, acted a fool, and I fucked up. And I had to learn. You have to go through these processes of fucking up to learn how to really know your role. And I knew my role was supposed to be, but I fucked around and I found out.
See, that shit always happens to me. The first time it's first, second, third time I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I play my part. I do what I'm supposed to do. But my mistake to this day has always been, and it's not necessarily in goals that I want to set, but it's more with people.
Yeah,
is I'll get too comfortable.
Yeah, very too comfortable.
It's
I have two sayings. First saying comes from when I was a kid. I was about 12, 14 years old, around that time area. It was my cousin said, "Blaze, you have a great skill of killing the white elephant." You know what the white elephant is, right?
Yeah.
So you don't talk about the white elephant. He said, "Blaze, what you do is you bring in the white elephant. You parade the white elephant. You show everyone the white elephant, and you shoot it between the eyes. for everyone to see. And that's how he describes, like, when I was a kid, that's what I'll do with jokes, is I'll try and take jokes to the very end. Like, that's how my humor was as a child, was like, how far can we take this? Like, how dark, how, like, obscure of a reference can I make? And that was kind of like my thing as a kid. Is like, and that's kind of my, like, thought process of the comedy. Is like, let's think of this idea. Now let's think of how far we can push that idea. And then the second thing comes from high school. The security guard who, Mr. Harrison, he was a good guy. He knew I was a shithead, but he was nice to me. He was, he said, Blaze, you know what your problem is? You say the wrong thing at the right time.
Oh, no shit.
You at the wrong place at the right time. I don't know what you do or how you do it, but you in the wrong place at the right time. Like, shit. And you know what? It's just, it's an unfortunate skill that I have no idea how I fell into. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm just in I don't put myself in situations. I just allow situations to happen, and then I am not at the best for it.
Yeah, it's some real, like, for me, it's either right place, right time, or wrong place, wrong time, no in the middle.
Yeah. I mean, I've gotten lucky. Like I said, I'm not gangster. I'm not ghetto. I'm a good guy. You know what I mean? Honestly, the most ghetto's thing about me is my budget. I gotta be honest. Like, the ghetto's thing about me is my fucking budget.
I like to say I'm charmingly ghetto. You know what I mean? Because I'll get all dressed up, fly, take my lady out. Everything's, oh, he's not. I don't care what his friend said. He's not like that. Until that bill comes, like, hey, my man, hey, we can fix this shit, yo.
You charging how much? How much
for some salad, homie? $39 for salad?
I was just talking about this with another dude. We were talking about, like, there's this one place called The Lounge in Beverly Hills. It was $16 for fucking walking chips. $16.
No.
Bullshit. You know what's even worse? I saw the motherfucker, because I got there like half an hour early before the show, and I saw the motherfucker come in with the guacamole. Store fucking bought. In a fucking baggie. In a fucking bag. I was like, nah, bro. Nah, bro.
I probably would have blasted. Hey, Rob's back. Hey, come here.
Oh, no, I did. I said, I went up there. It's like $16 fucking for store-bought guacamole. And I had a girl looking at me, and she's like, yeah, you pay $16 for store-bought guacamole. You feel stupid, don't you?
Oh, see, okay, she was with the shit then.
Nah, man, no. No, fuck that. Everything's too expensive out here.
It's way too expensive. Pretty soon they're gonna start charging us to breathe.
Well, what they want to do in some neighborhoods is they want to do like a driving, like a per lane for per mile you drive. They want to tax you for that. So just for backing out of your neighborhood, they're going to tax you for that. For going to the grocery store, they're going to charge you for that. Because but they want to have it like through certain neighborhoods, certain times. Like if you drive through this neighborhood, like during rush hour, you got to pay like 10 cents per mile. Yeah, that's what they want to do. Start doing here in California. That's why it's funny because I don't talk about too much politics in my act, but I want to. It's just I just don't know how to make it too funny.
I don't know.
There's certain things I want to talk about, but I just don't know how to translate it into funny. And it can be hard sometimes, you know what I mean? Because like certain situations that I find funny, like I've been trying to get it on stage, but it doesn't work. Is the time I got my friend's card towed on his birthday because we parked in the wrong spot. But it's funnier when I tell it. Oops, you know what I mean? But it's funnier in person, like when you're talking with friends. But then like on stage, everyone's like, okay, what's the punchline? You know what I mean? Because it's a funny situation, but you got to make it. You have to translate it towards the stage, and that's what I feel like a lot of folks have struggled with is that they're funny in conversation, but it doesn't translate well on stage because you have to set up punchline. You know what I mean? Set up punchline, stuff like that. I mean, and people need a. It's hard because some people you do need classes. I need classes. I haven't taken any common classes, but if you do take classes, it does help a lot. Just like getting into the mind frame of being a writer, being a comic, because there's different types of writing styles, different type of comedy styles. Like some comics, they're like dark humor, and they just stand there and they just like ba 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 ba, and then it's hilarious. Some comics like Chris Rock, he's more of a he's moving around, he's saying shit, he's like going up and down the stage. Yeah. And that's the type of artist that I followed. Like one of my favorite artists growing up was George Lopez. Like George Lopez, Gabriel Iglesias, Richard Pryor. Like I mimic a lot of their styles. Now Fluffy, he doesn't do a lot of moving, but what he does with his moving is his voice, because he's doing a lot of sound effects, and he's moving his arms in and around.
It's the Fast and the Furious, all that shit.
he's doing all those sound effects. So he's not just he's not physically moving, but his energy is moving. I mean, his sound's moving. His presence is going from here to there, and so there's different types of like moving when it comes to stage. Where like we said, Chris Rock, he's going from one stage to the other side of the stage to the other side of the stage. You know what I mean?
And he's exaggerating words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I remember my favorite one was they got spinners.
Yeah. They spinning.
They spinning. They spinning. They spinning. It was like they put spinners on toasters. That one, and then the Gabriel Iglesias Hawaii special. When that one released. It was the December right after my first semester in Hawaii, bro. I was laughing so hard. I woke up my dad. He came downstairs and beat my ass. He's like, "Boy, shut the fuck up." That's just how it be living in Mexico. My dad, if you like make the floorboards creak, if you fart in the middle of the night, this man will burst in your room and beat the fuck out of you.
Goddamn, I gotta get up at 4 in the morning. God damn it, show me some respect. But who I cannot stop watching, and shout out to Kyle Irby too. He's dope. He kind of
Kyrie Irving.
I hope I said his name right. Kyle Irby. He was at he came to Levity Live, and like literally his style is he's on the he's just on the stool.
Oh yeah. I've seen those. That's the same thing I'm talking about. Yeah.
He'll just
talk,
do his whole shit like this, man, and it's the funniest shit ever.
But that's just his persona, and that took years to cultivate. Like I'm talking about this with Charlie Shark all the time.
Chappelle's like that.
Yeah. Well, he can be. He can be. If he wanted to, he can be.
He's a master.
I love it when he has the pen and he has the vape pen and he's up there smoking. And he has the stick and stones when he puts his foot up on the speaker and he has the hand in the pocket. It was like so trans people. I was just like,
like what the fuck? I remember somebody asked him like, "Let me see your pen." Huh? Wait, what? Let me hit your pen. No thanks, bitch. No herpes for me today. I'm not saying you have herpes, but I'm just saying, every 1 in 5 persons has herpes. And
yeah.
You never know who you're next to.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I mean, like, you got to be careful. That's why it's so hard dating. It's like, you don't know who has what.
Shit, I know who don't have money, yo.
Me.
Hey, man, look, dating. See, you keep bringing, your segues are off the chain.
Me.
It's so natural. I want to trade spots with a girl just one time. Like because girls don't know behind the scenes. For us to take a girl on a date, it costs like triple the money than what they think it is. And it's like triple the time.
Oh, I've heard the other argument. I'm more of a 50-50 kind of date person. You cover one, I cover one kind of date person. Not like she split the bills, but like I'll get this bill, you get the next bill kind of thing. That's how I prefer it. That's how I like it. I'm a feminist, but like with women, their problem, what they always say is like, oh yeah, you also don't know how long it takes because it takes like an hour for us to get ready. We gotta do our hair. We gotta buy the makeup. I'll get our clothes.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. So what? You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Who cares? I don't care. You have to put as much makeup as you want to. I prefer my girls with less. I prefer my girls natural. I prefer my weed and my girls natural. I don't need no BBLs. I don't need you having no weave, bitch. You know what I mean? I ain't into that weave shit. I'm a bob and weave with that shit.
I gotta get ready. Okay, well, I gotta get ready too. And then I gotta go get a haircut.
Mm-hmm.
Then I gotta go get a fit.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on what conditions my shoes are in, I gotta go get some shoes.
That's true.
You're gonna judge me by my shoes.
Hey, man.
And then if I got a fucking quarter tank of gas, you're gonna judge me. Oh, he ain't got no. So I gotta go fill that bitch $500 in the hole already. Just off a haircut. And we have exactly. Then I gotta go all the way to go pick you up. And then, I take you to my spot. I got to worry about you judging that shit, Then, like, me being back in the day, I was always tipping more than the bill. So, that's, I was fucking flexing.
Ooh, that's a move right there. That's a move right there.
And then, like, if the night goes well, obviously you're coming back to my house. So I got to double back.
Yeah,
go
clean.
Home. You know what I mean? Yada what I mean. Then I got to take you all the way back to your house. And then I got to go all the way back to my house, which means I'm back at my fucking quarter tank.
Yeah. But you know, I always say is back in the court saying that motherfucker. Like girls be hitting me back up from like back hometown. I'm like back in Orange County.
That's my punchline. All that shit.
Like you know, there's like the girls in Orange County and fucking like Ontario. It's like come through and see me. Come through and see me. Like bitch, I don't have enough money for gas.
That's
to
what I'm
see
saying.
you.
Look, just shoot a 20. I'll cover the other 60.
Yeah.
Oh really? You charging me to come see you now?
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, I am. Because his dick is worth
what
it.
It's gonna be then.
Because
Yeah,
his dick is worth it. His dick is worth it. This dick is worth it, man.
Right.
The dick is worth it. Don't know your value, know your worth, and don't let these women make you believe that your dick is worthless. Because you know what?
Don't
Without
sell yourself
us,
short.
we are 50% of creation.
Yeah, you heard that?
Mm-hmm.
I carried your child for 9 months. I've been carrying him since I was 11. All right.
I can carry more children than you. I carry thousands in my balls.
I got 10,000 babies in me right now. You only got 3. I don't want to hear that.
She's like, you carried one of them. Shit, calm down.
Where my lady at? I can't wait for her to say something. Come on, where you at?
She just listens. She gonna wait until after I leave, beating your ass with a.
Didn't I tell you to stop talking that shit? Like, okay, so as a parent, right?
Yeah.
As a parent, we hate when our kids are right. I think I spoke about this in one of my sets. But ironically too, our ladies hate when we right.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because if
True.
if they're right, we'll just you got it. You know what? Yeah, you're right. I'm the one who left the wallet in the house. You're right. That's my fault.
Yeah.
But let them be wrong about something.
We both look over.
No, not even. Yeah, let
both
us
look
be
over,
right.
wait for her to like.
No, I know. Yeah, we both look over.
Like wait for her to like come back and like, do something about it.
Hey, let us men be right about something, and we get all the attitude as if we did something wrong. Like it's okay. You left my shake on top of the car. It's cool. Like I paid for it. You grabbed it. You put it on top. You drove off. But you gonna sit here and blame it. Well, you shouldn't have fucking gave it to me then. You should have known I was gonna do that shit.
I hate that word. Like, I should have known. It's like,
man, what
do you mean? I should have known you were gonna fuck up.
How the fuck I was? And they always want us to be sidekicks. Well, you should have known. That's their shit. Like they tell their kids. Because I said so. Mm-hmm. And they tell their men, you should have fucking known. Like, damn, man, we can't win as men out here, man. Damn.
It don't matter. It don't matter. We can't.
She over there smiling and shit, trying to hide it. I can hear you smiling.
She out there snickering. She about to say
shit.
She got some shit she wants to say. She really wants to say some shit.
I am legally blind. I'm not deaf, okay? I can hear everything, man.
Well, that's what happens when you lose one sense.
Yeah, man, my hearing and my smelling, I can hear, I can smell your smile.
It's fun. One of the funniest jokes I've ever heard was not from a comic, but it was actually from a blind guy. It was back when I was in massage school. We were in this small little room because it was. Yeah, I'm a massage therapist. So we were in a small little room that had no windows, right? And we're going over anatomy, and there was a blackout, and pitch black, right? And I didn't really care for it, but there's always a few people like, oh my god. And so the blind man, his name's Hector. He's a Hispanic blind man. He says, "Welcome to my world."
Straight up.
I laughed so hard. I was like, bro, that's the darkest humor ever, but it's hilarious. Did
he try to hit you with the, hey, fucker, don't laugh? Like,
hey, nah, he laughed. He knew what the fuck he was saying.
He said that shit to be funny, man.
I mean, disabled people are funny as fuck. I mean, like, everyone, you got to make fun of everybody, and everyone's got to be able to make fun of themselves, and you got to be, you know what I mean? Because, like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how shitty your situation is, there's always humor in it. Because I'm a nervous laughter. I find humor in bad things. Like,
why do I have the craziest picture?
Why? Craziest picture, like
I just have the craziest picture, like you're there supporting a friend in the hospital. Like, yeah, bro, your uncle, dog, he's never gonna be able to use his dick again, dog. His dick abilities are gone, yo. And you just sitting there like, oh shit. And your laugh, bro. I'm telling I was telling my lady, I was like, we about to hear the laugh. Again, I was watching your podcast.
Yeah.
You have a fucking legend. I'm talking about Seth Rogen legendary laugh.
Thank you.
Like that shit is dope. But I can see, I can hear that shit in the hospital. Like, yeah, dog, dick privilege is out of here. You just
I would laugh. I'd be like, damn. I would be like, damn, that sucks. Because you gotta laugh at the bad things. I'm a nervous. Like I had one girl. She hated how I would always laugh at like bad situations. Like she told me one time her friend got hit, and I'm like,
oh shit,
she got hit.
Hit with what?
Hit with what? It was like she got hit by a car, and I was like, oh,
damn,
was it a Dodge?
Was it a Dodge? Because she wasn't dodging that.
No. She was like, you can't fucking say that. I was like, why not? It's funny. It's like, that's fucked up. And I was like, yeah, but this is how the way my brain works. You know what I mean? It's just like, I think of the most fucked up things. Like the first thing of my thought isn't like, oh, that sucks, blah, 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 blah. My first thought is like, how more fucked up can it get?
Yeah, right? It's funny because I feel like one of the only times I had like evil thoughts was when I was at church, and me and my sister would sit there and just talk shit like, damn, what if the speaker just fell on the damn pastor right now?
I have fear like, have you ever had an MRI?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, so you know how they put you on the little chute, right?
Yeah.
And it's fucking, you get claustrophobic as fucking there.
Yeah,
and
I was looking like.
Yeah. So when I got in there, I was immediately thinking like, fuck. Imagine if there was an earthquake and the building went down. Oh, I would have fucking been claustrophobic. As I would have fucking panicked. I would have had a panic attack. I would have been like, I would have been freaking the fuck out, man. Because it's just so small when you're in the MRI machine, and just like, it honestly like makes you claustrophobic. Like when I'm in there, it's hard to be in there because you got to be in there for like 30, 40 minutes sometimes. Sometimes depending on what they're doing,
I was in there for about 5 minutes. I had to close my eyes.
Yeah,
because I never did. It was the first time for me. It was unfamiliar. Like, man, I don't know, man. This ceiling is way too close, yo.
Yep.
Like, is this if this is what being in a coffin feels like? Nah, man, y'all gonna have to
cremate the fuck out of me.
Yeah, man,
That's one of my fears. One of my irrational fears is like not dying all the way and resurrecting.
You know what that fucking sounds like? It sounds like sleep paralysis.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had sleep paralysis once.
I get that shit all the time. I get it so much, I'm used to it now. But it never. You're used to it, but it never gets old. That shit is still creepy, and it's like I'm in my mind. Hey, Tina, push me or something. Like while I'm sleeping, like, push me. I need you to push me so I can wake up all the way. But in reality, all that's coming out is like a. You know what I mean? Like sleep paralysis.
That happened to me one time. I was smoking some good weed. The shit had me this shit was so good. I was paralyzed from the neck down. I couldn't move from the neck down.
That.
I was literally like, just like trying to move. Like I was like a chair. Like,
fuck that.
It was crazy.
Fuck that.
No, I had a puke. I ended up having a puke myself, but it was good. I was all right. Did
you ever buy that strain again?
It wasn't even mine. It was my friend's weed. I should have asked him where he got it, but it was back when I wasn't a big stoner. Like I didn't become a big stoner until like 22, 23. Because like I smoke a little bit here and there. It's not that like I was against smoking weed. It's just more like I just never really had the opportunity.
Okay,
yeah,
that's a little different.
Yeah, because like my parents were very, very strict parents. They still are. Like I still don't even tell my parents I smoke weed, but they know I smoke weed. Like my mom, the other day when I went to her house, she's like, "Your car really smells like weed," and I was just like, I changed the subject right away.
Like, yeah, sure, I'll pull the weeds up for you, Mom. Tomorrow morning, I got you.
I got you, man. Got you. But no, like, I just don't need to talk to them about it. You know what I mean? It's like, because then it's always a lecture. It's always a conversation. It's just like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this. Blaze. Oh, when you're smoking weed, how much are you smoking? Like, what are you? Like, I don't need to have this conversation with you.
What if you walked in on her just big ass J, like?
I'd be like, bitch, bitch, you better give me a fucking hit.
Talking all that shit.
All that shit.
What she named? Wait, Blaze, that's your name?
Blaize. It's my legal name. Originally, she wanted to name me Anthony, but my dad's.
The fuck? That's a hell of a transition.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I went from Anthony to Blaze.
Well, the reason why she chose Blaze because it was different, but she wanted to name me Anthony, but she chose against it because her sister-in-law, my aunt, or my dad's sister, decided to name her son, who's like 3 months older than me, Anthony, and she fucking flipped.
Yeah,
my mom told me that she literally almost got a knife and stabbed her. Like that's what happened. And I was like,
similar
all right.
Story.
Yeah. So
no, go ahead.
So she was named. So that became my first middle name. So I have 2 middle names. So my name is Blaze Anthony Dakota Sanchez. So that way my initials spelled BADS. Bads. This woman intentionally named me Bads. First off, I deserve to smoke as much weed as I fucking want,
like
man.
You did this.
You did this, mother. This is your fault. You know how many bad decisions
Blaze or Blaze Bads. Like, either way, that's a dope ass name.
Actually, I got in a fight with one girl because I'm really into names, and I'm really like if I have a daughter, I would want to name her Athena. Because I just love the name Athena. She hated it because it's a goddess of wisdom.
Greek, yeah.
Goddess. She's like, oh, that's just too much pressure for a kid. I'm like, all right, whatever.
What?
Yeah, she dumb white bitch. So yeah. So then I did it. I figured out if I had a boy or a girl, it doesn't matter. Firstborns, I'll name them Bads the second. BADS the second. So that way they're bads too. So we go down the street, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we come for you?
I want a snicker. Hey, what's up, Lucy? Almost forgot about you.
That's how quiet she is.
It's dope.
But she's a jealous dog. Let me tell you this. She hates other. Not that she hates other dogs. It's just she doesn't want other dogs to play with me. So like I take her to the dog park and she'll literally push other dogs away from me
excuse me.
No, excuse me. Like get the fuck away. She'll push him in the face and shit. And she'll stand right next to me the whole time. Like she'll just stand next to me or she'll just do a circle around me. Like this is my property. One time I brought this one girl over. And, we're cuddling in the middle of the night. She comes in, and she'll do this when she's cold. She'll come in and sleep with me on the blankets, right? Usually she'll sleep around, like, my legs, or she'll sleep back to back with me, right? But this time, this little jealous bitch, oh, let me tell you this. So we're sleeping, me and this girl are cuddled up, right? All cuddled up. She comes in, she snuggles in between me. She puts her back against my belly. Puts her back against my belly, and then she puts her paws against the girl's back. Pushes her away.
Oh no!
And I'm feeling this, and the girl didn't wake up. I woke up, right? So I woke up. I'm seeing this whole thing happen. I'm just letting it happen. And just like boom. So I just let her sleep in my belly for the rest of the night. And so she turns. The girl wakes up in the morning. She's like, "When she get here?" It's like, "Oh, you didn't notice?" She's like, "No." She's like, she got a little jealous at night. She wanted to kick you the fuck out. She wanted to kick you the fuck out.
That's crazy. Animals getting jealous. Well, I know, no, okay, not animals getting jealous, but what if?
She's jealous. She's a jealous little. She's the one. They don't want to have my affection. She doesn't want anyone to have my affection. Like this one. Another girl I brought over. I brought this other girl a few times over.
Out here.
Yeah. I'm a single man. I ain't lying. Hey man, if I can't say faithful to God, I can't say faithful to you. Amen.
Hey, as long as they know that from the jump.
But you know what? All dogs go to heaven. Woof woof. You're right.
My girl, look, she didn't even give me no props. I ain't even bark or nothing. I'm getting my back scratched tonight. Yeah, back rub.
Maybe by the kitten. After all the shit you've been talking.
What did you say?
She was just laughing. All you smelled was that laughter.
I smelled something. Shit, I knew my nose hurted and my ears smelt it. Shit.
But yeah, she's just a jealous bitch.
So, I always ask, like, not necessarily like, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
What is my? I was the same question. I was like, what is your level of success? Because a lot of folks, I say,
it's so subjective. Though.
You know what? That's the point. That's the point I want to make. Because a lot of folks, they think success, especially a lot of kids, they want to be 25 or 25 million in the bank with 25 million followers on Twitter. That's not what life's about. You know what I mean? Life's is just about enjoying yourself. Because most people aren't successful until their 30s, until the 40s. You know, success.
And these from societies.
Most people, let's be honest, like most people aren't successful. Like for me, success is being well off enough to support my family and myself. You know what I mean? That's what I want to success. I want to be happy. I don't need to spend like millions of dollars. I don't need a PG. I don't need a private jet. I don't need like 2 or 3 homes. I just need one home, one good wife, and a few good children. You know what I mean? Like I don't need like 20, 30 holes and all that shit. I just need, I just want to be successful. I kind of want to do the whole like Dave Chappelle thing. Like I would rather like live in the mountains than live in the city. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather live in like Big Bear, Mount High, somewhere farther away from LA, and then just do weekly shows and stuff like that, or do tours, and then come back and hang out in the mountain regions, like hang out and just in that crisp, cool air. Like for me, it's not about like, I don't expect to be Dave Chappelle. I don't expect to be a Chris Rock. I expect to be like one of these comics, if anything, like be an opener. You know what I mean? I'd rather just be an opener. That's like my success. If I'm an opener for like a Dave Chappelle, if I'm an opener for like a Chris Rock, you know what I mean, or some other comic who's equivalent on that level, then even if it's Pete Davidson, you know what I mean, he sells millions of tickets every year. If I'm opening for Pete Davidson, you know, I'm not Pete Davidson, but you know, at least I'm opening for the dude.
Yeah, it's still big.
It's big. That's a lot of work. Like to be an opener is nothing to sniff at. Like just because you're not the headliner, people are like, oh, you got to be the headliner. Like everyone wants to be 50 Cent. No one wants to be Tony Yayo. You know what I mean?
And Tony Yayo is the fucking backbone of Genius.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No one realized how much work Tony Yayo did.
His last interview, that was off.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like people don't know how much work Tony Yayo did behind the scenes. And stuff like that. And even like Drake, or not Drake, Drake, Dr. Dre. Like Dr. Dre is he's not touring. He's not like his name gets thrown on everywhere, but that's because he's the greatest producer like ever. I mean, I will say Kanye West is the greatest producer ever, but like I'm kind of torn on him right now. He's kind of hurting my feelings. He's kind of hitting me right here. Like I'm like he's just Kanye, my man. Kanye, come back to us.
Yeah,
come back to us.
He's doing some things.
He's doing his own thing, man.
I'll forever be with Kanye, but he's, you know, it's like your child. You're not gonna never
not love him.
Yeah, you're not gonna stop loving your kid because
he's an idiot.
Killed 9 people. That's how I feel about Kanye.
He was a good, sweet kid.
Yeah,
he just committed genocide.
Ironically.
See
what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like naturally, all my punchlines are natural. Like we didn't plan that shit. It just happened like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's my comedy. Like,
yes. And so we try to be I try to make my comedy a conversation. Like when I go on stage, I'm like, I'm loud, I'm robust. I'm like, how you doing? How are you doing? Like I'm trying to grab people's attention. Boom, boom, boom. Like I went to a mic, the Tuesday mic last week at Eureka. The Tuesday one in Gardena, in Gardena, the original. With Junkerstone with Steven. Yeah, it's great place. Oh, I just lost my train of thought right there. So I remember. So there was a guy there in the front. He looked like Anderson .Paak. So I was like, "Hey, Anderson .Paak, thank you for joining us. How you doing?" Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? I got him in the whole conversation. Got him. I'll take one more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take one more. And roasting people in the crowd is also a good way to like really get them interactive in it. Because like the thing is, like especially when you're at a bar or something, or a situation where like you have to grab their attention, where you're not at a comedy club or a venue where for like music or something like that. You have to actually go out of your way to like get out. Let me finish that. Hold on. Chug. That's part of the reason I kind of like these the bar mics, is because it forces you to be able to captivating. It's great for learning how to be an opening comic, because when you're an open comic, most of those people aren't there to see you. So you got to be able to grab their attention, and so I want to be an attention grabber. My level of success is kind of like is to be an MC, is to be a master of ceremonies. Basically, I want to be a host for TV show, like kind of like a Joe Rogan kind of thing. More of a podcaster, more of doing like interviews with people, more doing like not really much more touring. I'd like to tour. That'd be fun. If I were to do my own tour, my first own tour would be Route 66. So I started in Santa Monica and finish in Chicago, Illinois, and I already thought it out. It would take about it would be I think I put down 20 cities in like a month and a half. I think that's what I said I'll do. Something like that. 20 cities. I'd go through California, Arizona, New Mexico, North Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri.
So you have a fucking plan, and that's.
But the thing is I want this for me. It takes a minimum of 2 years. If you really want to get down to how long it takes a minimum of 2 years to plan a tour, I would say. And the reason why is because first, you got to find the tour. You got to find the venues. Then you got to book the venues in advance. You got to book it at least a year in advance if you want to do it in this week, because you want to do it. You can't if you want to do something, you have to do it a year in advance at least, because there's going to be people who also want to book that venue. You know, the first stop I'm going to make is going to be in Santa Monica. It's going to be at the West Coast Comedy Club, and so that is a very, very a great place to do comedy right there. It's always filled. It's always booked. So if you want to book that place, you got to book it 3-4 months in advance at least. So that means if you want to book 4 or 5 states, if you want to book across the nation, it's going to take you at least a year because you're like here. And then what if they don't have that what if that week they don't have availability? Then you're fucking screwed, right? So you got to think of things like, because a tour is a lot of work, man. Because you got to think, because if I'm gonna do a tour, I want to make the tour self-sufficient so that it also pays for the tour bus, it pays the comics, it pays the food. You know what I mean? Because if you also got to think about like how are you gonna feed people. How are you going to, the comics that you have, how are you going to get promotion? How do you promote it? How do you, are you going to pay for promotion? Another thing is like, where are you going to stay? You know what I mean? Are you going to stay in your car? Are you going to stay in a hotel, a motel? Are you going to stay one person to a bed? Can you afford that? Are you going to have to put like 2 or 3, 4 people in the same room? Is that all you can afford? Like, these are accommodations that you got to think about. Like, is it worth doing? And another thing I would want to do with this tour is I would want to integrate it into the local comedy scene. So what I'll do is, a week before the tour, I'd want to do a best of mic. So the first two best comics, or the best comic from that mic the week beforehand, will also be invited back to the show to be one of the openers. You know what I mean? So that way we have a local artist there and not just a whole bunch of people from LA. I mean, because I want to also like grow with the community. Because the biggest thing about comedy is you got to learn how to grow yourself, not just with fans, but with comics and the community within that comedy group. Because it's all about networking. Doesn't matter if you're a rapper, a singer, a comic. You gotta have to be able to network. People have to be able to like you. People have to want to be able to put you on. And that's one of the things I want to. I just want to be likable. You know what I mean? And you have to be likable. You just have to be genuine, real, and that's the thing is like, I just don't want to screw anyone over with the tour.
Drink to that.
Amen, right? Just because you hear so many, especially rappers, how many rappers they do a tour and they come back and they're in debt. You know what I mean? And that's what I don't want. I want these comics to come back and feel like they accomplished something and have some money in their pockets. Amen, right?
You are on fire, man.
Yeah. Well, I have plans. Like, these are things that I want to do. Like, I already know if I were to shoot my first special, I know where I want to do it. Have you ever heard of the Mayan Theater in downtown LA? It's off Hill Street.
I did.
Yeah.
I have.
So have you been there?
No, I never. I haven't been anywhere in LA for comedy.
It's not for comedy. It's not really a comedy place. It's more like it's a venue. They do a lot more shows there. They do like Lucha Vavoom, burlesque shows there. It's really, really cool. It's a great place. But I told my cousins in October, I took them there to go watch Lucha Vavoom, which is mass wrestling, Mexican mass wrestling, which I love. It's funny. It's great. It's beautiful. But I told them if I'm going to have a comedy special, that's where I'm going to have it. Because, it's right there in the heart of downtown. It's the Mayan Theater. My family's from all over downtown LA. It's just one of those things. I just feel like it's a perfect venue for me. Like, just for my first open. It's a good seat. It's good. It has pretty good seat. It has capacity. I think you can get up to like 300 people in there.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah. No. I appreciate it, man. Like, but these aren't things that I expect to happen within the 5-10 years. I expect these things to happen within the next 10-15 years because I am very realistic when it comes to my growth. Because we're starting at the very bottom. We don't have that much connection. We don't have that much money. You know what I mean? I have no real like money to back my comedy. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
I can't spend money. I can't just rent a club. You know what I mean? I can't just rent like an hour at Comedy Store and then promote for that hour for the comedy show and then have comics.
I can imagine how much that shit costs.
Just thinking of the money just to rent the room is a good $200-$300 for an hour, if not more. Give or take which room it is. You know what I mean? I was give or take what day it is, what time of the day it is. The later, the more. You know what I mean? There's so many things that go into it. Even if you go like flappers, just to rent out the venue is going to cost you money, and then you're not even guaranteed to make the money back. And the club doesn't matter. All the club cares about, especially like if you do bringer shows. I hate bringer shows because they make money off you bringing people, but they don't give you anything in return. They're saying, "Oh, we're giving you stage time," but you're making us burn 5 to 10 people every time we come, just so that way you can make money off of us. One of the places I feel like the worst is like the Chateau. I don't like the Chateau just mainly because of the owner. The way he treats people, I don't appreciate. You know what I mean? Whereas a lot of club owners are a lot nicer. They'll talk to you. They'll have conversations. But this person, There's not really a good person. I always tell people if there's one place I would not recommend, it would be the Chateau. It is a beautiful place, beautiful venue. I love it, but because of the owner and who he is and his character, I don't want to support that.
I stepped your shit up, fool.
Yeah. But like there's also other people like you've heard of Young Baka?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you done any of his shows?
No.
No. For personal reasons, just for what other people.
Again, like I'm green.
Green. Okay.
I'm still learning about.
Well,
everything.
his shows are good. They're good. They're good place smart. They're a good place to like get some experience, get a flow for your comedy scene. A lot of places, depending on what time of the week it is, are sold out. There's a lot of great people there. Crowds are amazing. Sometimes it's just comics. Like if it's a Monday or Tuesday, it's not that good. But if it's like a Tuesday or a Thursday, or no, Thursday or Friday, then it could be packed, and there could be a lot of people there sometimes. So it's a really good place to cut your teeth. But the thing that sucks with him, it's a lot of times his shows are what I call comedy roulette. So you don't know when you're going, you don't know who's going, how many people in front of you, behind you, you don't know how many people, you just don't even know who's there. You don't even know how many comics are there.
I don't know.
And
I like that.
It's not, for some people it's cool. I've honestly gone out of it. He's been doing a lot more like time set, like it's only going to be like 10 artists. Like this is the thing I've talked to him about. But the main thing is like he's making most of his money on just the ticket sales and the beer sales. Like the more money that the bar makes, he makes, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And you got to understand that's fair. You know what I mean? That's his prerogative. That's what he's doing. He's there to run a business. He's a promoter. He's there to make him and the club money. You are there as the entertainment to help him make money. Now you may see that as like a fucked up thing. I see it as a trade of goods. You know what I mean? He's giving me stage time for free, so that way I can bring this establishment people. But he doesn't really stress you out on bringing people to. He's like, just come if you can. If you can't, it's all right. Excuse me. And so he's a really good guy. Bobby Oliver at the Tao Comedy, she's amazing. She has her own book, Embrace the Pause. She does her own classes. She even does private sessions. So if you really want to have like a good one-on-one, like if you Q&A session with one person, Bobby Oliver, she's amazing.
Shout out Bobby Oliver.
Yeah, she doesn't know I talk so much good about her. I don't go to the Tao Comedy that much, mainly like I said because of the ex. She's always there. The thing about being like dating comics is like when you want to date a comic, I know the places she goes to and she frequents, so I stay away from those areas. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm learning comedy world's small too, man.
Everything is small. It doesn't matter what you do in life. If you're in computer science, if you're in construction, eventually, if you're doing it 5 years or more, you're going to run into the same people over and over and over again because those are the people who are in it. You're going to meet a lot of people coming out, like especially now, like Christmas time, New Year's, from now until Valentine's Day. There's going to be a huge rush of people to the comedy scene. It's the same thing that happens at the gym. Watch. First,
what the fuck, man?
I'm like giving you all this information.
You keep saying all the right shit. It's like damn, for me, I get it. I understand exactly what you're saying. It's crazy, man.
But the thing is, all I'm saying is just like things that are factual, things that are true, things that make sense. Like I don't lie to people. There's no reason to lie to people. I mean, be misinformed. That's different. But we're going to be misinformed together, baby. Don't worry. We're going to be misinformed together.
But real quick, though. Damn, I fucking hate to stop you, but I do this.
It's all good.
I do this every pod.
Yeah.
Every pod I have an honorary shout-out.
Okay.
And my honorary shout-out for this pod is Kiana Laughs.
Kiana Laughs,
I see you. I love what you're doing. I appreciate you as a person and as a comic.
There you go. Kiana Laughs. It was at Kiana Laughs Instagram?
Yeah, all that. At Kiana Laughs Instagram. I'm gonna plug her. I'm gonna plug her in it. I'm gonna let her know what's up.
Put it in the descriptions right there.
All that. So Kiana, thank you for being you, and I can't wait to have you on the show.
There you go.
Back to this game, man.
The game that is comedy. Like I love how I won't say this. I hate how some comics don't love comedy.
See, boom, fuck. Okay, I have to stop you now.
You have to?
Ego.
In
comedy.
Yeah. Yes.
I know you see it because again, I've been in the game for months and I fucking see it.
Yeah.
And it's low key. I'm not gonna blast anybody, but
Don't
I'm
need
not
to.
gonna lie. It's disgusting.
Yeah, well, I hate people who don't laugh in comedy. Like, I go to open mics, and like I know, I see like when you go to a lot of open mics, you see the same people over and over, and you hear the same jokes over and over and over. And like, I'll still give them a chuckle. Like, I'll give them,
same.
I'll give you a chuckle. I'll say it's good, but it won't be the first time you hear it. Definitely be the best time you hear me laugh.
Yeah, big time.
But if I see you at a show, I'll try and laugh the first time, like when I heard that. Like I will go out of my way. Like if I'm at a show with a comic, and I'll go out of my way to laugh a little harder at a show for a comic, just because I know that they're, especially if there's people who don't know them, people who are afraid to laugh, you have to laugh, you have to want to laugh, and I love laughing. Like just the art form of comedy is what I love about comedy, because there's so many different types of comics.
And I'm gonna heckle you in the best way. Like, like if I heard your joke 10 times, like, oh, what do you call an elephant in a dark room? Even though I know the answer, I know what you're gonna say, I know the punchline to the joke. I'm like, oh shit, what? Hey, what do you call him? Just to give him that energy.
Yeah, and you got it's all about energy.
But I feel you, man.
Yeah, and some comics, I don't know what it is. Maybe they're just tired. Maybe they just have their hands folded. Like a lot of comics just are exacerbated. You know what I mean? They're just tired. They just
because I love this shit.
Yeah, they're over it. And I've seen a lot of comics just like flame out. You know what I mean? And it's okay. It ain't nothing wrong with that. Sometimes people do it too much and they need to relax and chill the fuck out and realize that it's not as serious as they try to make it out. Like a lot of folks are like, oh, I gotta be this, I gotta do that, I gotta get a special. And it's like, you don't need to do a damn thing. All you gotta do is chill out, do your work, and so long as you do your work, you're gonna find yourself in a good spot. Because people are pressing too much. You know what I mean? Like when you're playing basketball, if you press too hard, you're gonna give up some easy alley-oops.
Yeah, man. Why are you guarding me at the
at my own at my own goal line?
Get
you know?
off of me, dog.
Yeah, like get back to the three.
But no, I've definitely started like, I have haters already, and they'll never admit to it.
Yeah.
But like I said in the beginning, like it's something that I've noticed, it's something that I've heard, and it's something that I've also felt. I fucking shot up quick as far as just
we all have comics that I have comics that I don't have faith in. You know what I mean? That I don't like for personal reasons. I'll still chuckle. I'll still laugh. But I don't like them. Luckily, one of them isn't in this state. I'll just say that. I'm gonna say that I have this one comic. No matter what they say, no matter what they do, I will never respect them, just because of the type of person they are and the way they treat people. I mean, for me, it's a big thing about like just not how good you are of a comic. Like you're not that good of a comic, but also how you treat other people. Like people who come in and treat people to act like they're hot shit when they're not hot shit. Yeah. It's like, because a lot of people have been like, you know who Brandon Shaw is?
I know a Brandon, but no, I don't.
No, he was a UFC fighter turned comic. He was one of Joe Rogan's friends, and the reason why a lot of folks are shit on him is because he's been doing comedy for like 3-4 years, right? But he has like 4 or 5 podcasts, you know what I mean? He has 2 specials, which are horrible, which aren't even that funny. It's just like, they're just bad jokes. But he's getting these opportunities because of people he knows, people who he's connected to, knowing Joe Rogan, and the opportunities to get. But like the entire way that he was doing it, because he knows this person, he acts like he's hot shit when he's not. You know what I mean?
He came in backwards then.
Yeah, he came in through the back end. Yeah.
He was either born feet first or his mom shit him out.
Yeah.
So out here in the 805, the biggest venue, the one that all the local comedians want to get to, at least I think, because I know I want to get there, is Levity Live.
Levity, I haven't been to that spot. No, I actually don't come out, especially out here to Ventura and Oxnard. I live in North Hollywood.
Yeah.
So it's just honestly just the drive. It's just the drive. Like this Thursday, actually, December 8th, I'm gonna be in Huntington Beach. I'm like,
OC baby.
Why did I have to make this drive? Like, why did I have to get?
Is it like one of their? Is it like a improv? Like, is it a big venue?
It's the Mamba Bar. out there in Huntington Beach. I haven't been to it before. I've heard it's a good venue. I heard it's a great place. I'm gonna let you know next time I'm on, or next time when you're on my podcast, how it goes.
Oh yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah, you're coming. It's already good.
Coming.
I already done. But like, I love it's fun doing traveling because I've traveled to different places. Like I've done comedy, New Orleans. I've done comedy in New Orleans, New York. This year the plan is San Diego. I've done some places in San Diego, but I'm doing one in San Diego, and I want to have 2 shows in Arizona. That's the goal for this upcoming 2023 years, to have 2 shows in Arizona, one in the spring and one in the fall, and then I want to probably have one in the summertime in San Diego, and then eventually I want to work my way up to San Francisco. Or I want to work up there till like November, December time, and I want to spend either Christmas or New Year's in San Francisco doing comedy. And that's the kind of the hope, because this year I wanted to spend New Year's in a new place, but I didn't have enough funds to do it, so I had to stay home this year because I'm broke ass bitch. $20. So like last year I was in Sacramento for New Year's, but this year I'm just gonna be in LA. And so what I've been trying to do is every time I go somewhere, I want to do 2 things. I want to first do some comedy, and the second thing I want to do is buy art. Because like I want to cultivate like local artists, because most folks, they don't have a lot of art. They don't know a lot of artists. Like most people, when they think of artists, they think of dead artists. They think of like Van Gogh. They think of Picasso. Like how many artists do you know that are alive? Yeah, exactly. Banksy's. You don't even know what he looks like. But like, so I heard that when I was at the downtown brewery art walk. And so ever since then, I've been making a conscious effort to buy art. And like last year, I bought my own NFT. And it's a crazy NFT because it's actually better than all these fake ass NFTs that you get online, these crypto ones. Because what it is this little painting. It's called The Booty. And so what it is, it's all these little butts, right? And they're all like, it's like, you know, the heat gradient, like red to blue, man. And so it goes red to blue. But the cool thing is, after I bought it, the dude told me, is like, it's got its own playlist. I was like, what? So if you go to thebootymix.com, once again, thebootymix.com, not only will you see a picture of the picture that I have, the booty picture, but you'll also be allowed to participate in the 2 booty play mix. He has 2 booty play mix, and what it is, it's like 20 songs about the booty. That booty. That booty. You know what I mean? Like shake it, rock it everywhere. That booty. The booty. It's just all songs about booty. And I love it, man. Like, that's a real NFT. You know what I mean? When people ask, like, what is NFT? You buy a piece of art, and it comes with its own digital fucking playlist. That's an non-transmissible fund, whatever it is.
I tried to get into NFTs, man.
Stupid.
It didn't
it's stupid. Nah. All that shit. Crypto, FTX, whatever that shit is. That shit's all fake shit. What is it? Don't eat the cat food. Okay. She can have some water, just not the cat food.
I got scammed on a fucking mining thing.
Oh no. How many thousands of dollars did you lose?
$500, it was $500. And the only reason why I did it was because my mom's husband was like, yeah, like, I'm gonna listen to you, man.
Was he white?
No, he's black.
Okay. I feel like a lot of because you said his husband, so I'm assuming it's not your original daddy.
Nah, yeah, my mom's husband. Yeah,
okay.
He was like, yeah, man, I got a boy.
I have a question to ask you, personal question. Mm-hmm. What's with a lot of like older black women dating older white men?
Because they tired of the shit, dog. It's a change in lifestyle, you know, cause. And don't look, there's a gang of us strong black men out there.
Sure.
All right? There's a bunch of us. But with that comes is a stronger black woman.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes everybody gets tired. Everybody has their boiling point.
Okay.
A strong black woman, you know, she takes care, she provides, she makes miracles out of nothing.
Yeah.
You know, black women are Jesus, you know what I mean? Turn water into wine.
Amen.
Sometimes they want to be pampered too, man.
Amen.
That's my theory, you know what I mean? Because I'm not a strong black woman. I'm a fucking crazy strong black man, though.
Who's not sensitive.
You know what I mean? Who's not sensitive. You worrying about the bills, I'll provide the electricity. Shit. Edison don't want to make it, I'll make it. But yeah, if I had to guess, you know what I mean? If I had to take an educated guess, they want to be catered to instead of doing the catering to. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what? I deserve to get my back rubbed every now and again.
So you feel like white folks are more attentive lovers?
Secure.
Interesting.
More secure.
I feel like
it's money back with a white man. It's money back guaranteed.
I'm not gonna lie. Every single one of those white men that those black girls date, with black women date, they all got some money.
And they all got smiles.
They all got smiles. And they all got some.
I would have had to wait 3 of my old man's checks. Like he would take 3 of his checks.
But
and for the white dude's like, bitch, that's all you want? Birkin bag, Louis bag. You want the new Fendi that ain't even out yet? Here.
No.
You know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean? Like, a broke black dude, he ain't co-signing shit. How the fuck I'm a co-sign when I can't co-sign? You know,
I'm gonna get my mama to co-sign, bitch.
You know what I mean? Because I've seen some strong black women take care of some weak ass white boys too.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
You know what I mean?
It's
just you know.
I've seen strong women take care of weak men.
Yeah,
not just white or
man.
black, just women. Because, like I said, I'm a feminist. I believe in like equal rights. You know, because like especially now, it's like as a man who doesn't have any kids, one of my biggest fears is having a kid with a woman and her taking my kids away from me. You know what I mean? Because that's one of my biggest fears. Not AIDS, not cancer, not getting shot. Is if I met a woman and she took my kids away from me, I feel like
there's no curing that.
I feel like that's more emotionally and psychologically devastating to me than if I were to get shot. Because if I got shot, man,
I'll get better. Fuck it, you know what I mean?
Give me 6 months, I'll be back. But like, you know, she take my kids away from me, bro.
Yeah, I'm real sensitive.
Yeah, because
you know what I mean?
I have
my kid for real.
I mean,
all my kids.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as a father, you should be worried about your kids. You should always want to take care of your kids. I have a saying: just because you didn't have a father doesn't mean you don't know how to be a father. Because like I know from a young age I want to be a father. I know, but I want the right woman to be a husband too. Not just any woman to be a husband to or a baby daddy to.
Yeah, anybody can have kids.
Anybody can have kids. I mean, like I said, like I've had 2 opportunities missed. I've had a miscarriage and an abortion. So
Same.
yeah. So I've gotten, I guess. Like, what you doing? Come here. She's over here.
She's my girl's playing.
There was some cat food and a gummy bear.
And a gummy bear.
Oh, like them.
Come here. What are you doing? I told you no cat food. I told her no cat food.
Hey, Tina, you know what?
He was eating the gummy bear.
He just gave me an idea.
What?
We about to just go marry an old white couple.
Marry an old white couple?
We're gonna marry the shit out of them too.
I think that's called swinging.
You know?
They're gonna be like 60, 70 years old, all wrinkly and like orange skins.
Swing the black card, please.
And then she's like, nope, not about that life.
But nah, I'm not. I have my preferences.
Yeah, I got you.
I got my preferences. I'm not big on white girls. Sorry, white ladies.
Mm-hmm.
I love y'all as friends. Y'all some dope friends.
Yeah, y'all some.
You know.
Y'all need to learn how to cook better, but that's neither here nor there. Learn something called seasoning. But like honestly, like for me, it's obviously personality. Like
word.
From me, my favorite type of white girl is Irish white girls. Like it's the type of ones that'll punch you in the face type of white girls. Not like the weak white girls, the ones that pale. And I want someone to hit me in the face, like a Latina. You know what I mean? Like the thing is, like I want a Latina that like I love about Latinas is you're always worried if you're gonna come home and they're gonna stab you or not.
It's like I know I fucked up.
I know I'm fucked up, but
sneak in this bed and just gently put my head down.
And then you get a shink in the gut.
I thought I was fucking asleep, puto.
Get you in the gut, man. They don't forget shit.
I've dated 2 white girls. I've dated like oh my god, like white girl, and then I've dated a white girl that thought she was black.
Oh, that one's the worst type of white girl.
Yeah,
that's the worst type of white girl. She used the N-word in bed, didn't she?
Yeah, I would just look like, yo, like hold on, just because.
Yeah, no.
Fuck that, nigga. Fuck that. My boyfriend's black. And then
like,
you
what?
put me in a twist, like,
yeah, you can't know.
Fuck up. What the fuck? You gonna get my black card revoked?
Yeah, I hate
like,
those are the worst type.
Not cute.
The worst type of girls are like the little girls who always get in the big like 6'8" dude's face and like yelling at him and like slapping him.
I've seen some girls get knocked clean out.
Hey man, when I say feminist, I'm a feminist. Like if you about this shit, you about the shit. Like everyone deserves to get slapped the fuck out.
I've seen
male, female, boy,
man.
girl, don't matter. People, it doesn't matter who you are, where you from. Some people just need to be slapped the fuck out the mouth. You know what I mean? Some people just need to be slapped. Not beaten, but slapped.
Yeah, just
slapped. A good
shack.
slapped in the face. A good shock into his. And once again, I'm not advocating for violence against anybody, male, female. I'm just saying some people need to be slapped.
It's just like how you do your kids when they get whooped. Like,
honestly, your kids need to be slapped.
I'm not the one. Hey, whoa. What? What? I'm not the one, okay?
No, don't play. And I'm the same way. Like when I have kids, you have to be about not beating your kids. There's a difference, but some people deserve to be slapped.
Yeah, you got to know when to act the fool and who to act the fool with.
And that's the thing is like I know I'm gonna be good to my kids. I hope, but I'm discipline the fuck out of them. I'm gonna teach them like, hey, discipline, punishment, discipline. Punishment. It's about remember this. It's the pimp hand.
Yeah.
If it's above the shoulder, is discipline. If it's below the shoulder, that's punishment. That's you call the police. They're gonna find out. It's like he gonna come and like, where was the hand placement? This
yeah, exactly. Yeah, hell
his
yeah.
head was above the shoulder. You deserve that shit.
You was playing.
You was playing. You done fucked up, boy.
My kids know. With me, they will have the best time and the most fun.
Mm-hmm.
But they know that I will die and kill over respect.
Yeah.
And that's and it's not just respect towards me, it's respect towards everybody that's around me.
Like if you're at the store, you know,
time.
Open the door for a woman.
Big time.
You know, say thank you
because
to the
you're
post.
not just disrespecting me. You disrespecting yourself, and there's no way you're gonna do that shit in front of me.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
I'm raising kings.
I'm a
and
thank
queens
you.
here,
I'm a thank you and please type of person, and you know, you got to be. It's just not that like some people's like, oh, that's just submissive. That's just this and that, and it's like you're weak. I was like, no, that's just being courteous. No. It's about like having respect for others means that others will have respect for you. Yeah. And I tell everyone this. I'm very respectful and I tip every time I go out and eat because I don't want these motherfuckers to spit in my food. Not because I'm a nice person, because I know these motherfuckers are vindictive.
Hey, go check out my second to last upload. Hey, Eureka Bruco, Drunken Stoner Show. You already know, so go check my shit out, yo.
Be nice to your waiters.
Yeah, that was another one where I thought I kind of like, but when I watched it back, the shit was fire, yo.
Yeah. I'm always intrigued because like the main thing I love doing about the podcast is you get to meet people, get to learn about their thought processes, and like really ask questions. Like every question I ask pretty much the same question, but everyone has a different answer. There's a question there's a question I haven't asked in a while that I used to ask like 2 years ago. Is what makes something difficult, right? What makes something difficult? What do you think makes something difficult?
If it takes again, my personal opinion.
That's good. That's what I want. It's your personal opinion. That's true.
If it makes you uncomfortable, chances are it's difficult.
That's good. You
know, like math.
Math, yes.
2 + 2, 4, bitch. Got it.
Easy.
All day. Yeah, 10 times.
Yeah. 2x + 4x equals what?
Fuck. Hold on. Damn, this. Wait, you said what? You know what I mean? Like, then you get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because it's foreign to you.
Yes. That's a good. The worst answer I ever got. This bitch was stupid. She said, she was. She said, I said, what makes anything difficult? She said, my hair. And I said, what? She said, so long as my hair is done and good, I can do anything. I was like, all right, girl, I feel that power. But you know what? You stupid.
That shit ain't right. You know what I mean? Hey, cover that hole with some drywall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me get my hair.
What your hair gonna do?
No, but it's different because for me personally, what makes something different? Is she right?
She's tickling my butt.
You be doing that with me too. Don't worry, Lucy, come here. Shh. But like for me, it's an equation for me. It's like ability, time, and ability, time, and effort. How much effort you put into something. You know what I mean? How like if it takes you 10 years to do something versus 10 seconds, what's harder? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Time. Like if I put a time constraint on something, if I give you more time to do something. Excuse me. If I give you less time to do something, does that make it easier? Does it make it harder? You know, the ability. You know, if I put
Yeah.
if I put a basketball ring at 8 feet, I could dunk that. I put it at 10 feet, I can't dunk that. You know what I mean? You might be able to dunk that at 10 feet, but I can't. You know, that's ability. You know what I mean? The ability to do something. And then the effort.
I can, for the record.
You can, for like effort. Like how much
Yeah.
effort you put into something. Because like, it doesn't matter how good or bad you are. The more effort or the less effort you put into something, it's going to affect the outcome.
Yeah.
Because with comedy, if you put a lot of effort in comedy, you'll be good eventually. But if you put no effort into it, then you're never going to be good.
You
Same
get
thing
in
with
what
painting.
You get in what you put, or you get out what you put in.
Yeah, but if you want to be a comic, if you want to be a painter, if you want to be a singer, it doesn't matter what you want to do in life. You want to be a doctor. The best doctors put the best effort in. Not just a lot of effort, but you got to put your best effort in. You got to be
Yeah.
willing to. They always say practice makes perfect. My rebuttal is that is perfect practice makes perfection. You know what I mean? You can't just practice, because if you're practicing wrong, then your product
Big
is
time.
going to be wrong.
And
You
that's
got to
something I was gonna
practice
get to,
perfect.
too.
Mm-hmm.
The end result, that shit matters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you might have finished it, but it looks like shit.
Yeah, just because you're
No.
done, just because you finished it, because you did it, doesn't mean it's good. Do you put any effort into it? Did you actually care about what you
Got
did?
it. Okay, boom. So,
Mhm.
okay, boom.
It's about
Got
effort.
you.
The amount of effort you put into it, the amount of care you put into it. So it's kind of an equation for me. It's those three things together put out to the difficulty of a situation. You know what I mean? So that's what it is for me. It's like, that's what makes some comedy so fun to me. It's just like, it's difficult, but doesn't mean it's not fun. Like, you go out there, you go a crowd in Thousand Oaks versus West Hollywood versus Orange County. 3 different crowds, 3 different personalities, 3 different types of atmosphere. You know what I mean? One's in a bar, one's in a club, one's in, like, you know, a shopping mall. You know what I mean? There's so many different types of places that you can do comedy that you never would think about. Like, nowadays, especially because of COVID, like, have you done one of the outdoor mics?
No, I've been to one. I've never done one.
Okay, but they're fun.
Shout out to the garage. Yeah, I've never,
I've never been to that one. Is that here in Ventura?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've been to a few. There's Pacific Pan Park. I'm not sure if she's still doing it, but that was a good one during the pandemic. There was Hike a Mic, which was a good one. I didn't get a chance to get onto that one, but that was a good one I heard. I mean, there's so many more open, like, we're doing outdoor mics. Big Chillin' is an outdoor mic in North Hollywood that's really good. It's ran by these 2 dudes in their backyard. And it's just like the opportunity, the things that people didn't think were possible beforehand are endless now because of COVID. People, you know, doing house shows, people doing backyard shows, people doing shows in the park. You know what I mean? I feel like beforehand we were so limited in our thinking that we had to do it in one place. Like, I was in Sherman Oaks, and I went to this park out there. I forget the park. There's a huge park out there in Sherman Oaks, and I was driving down there, and they have like a archery range, and they have yeah, I want to get an archery, and then they have cricket. You know what cricket is, right? The Indian game.
Yeah,
so
it's Indian baseball, yeah.
Yeah. So they had that out there too. So they had huge cricket fields, but they also had this one little area where you can sit right where the restrooms were. They had like little steps, so you could sit there and had a little stand. And I was like, bro, right there would be perfect for a little open mic. You know what I mean? And like it had me percolating and thinking about ideas. And beforehand, I'll just go to bars and I'll just look at bars and like, okay, if I were to do a mic here, where would I do it? Okay, how would I set it up? But like having it in the park, it gives you a little bit more freedom because you can do it whenever, wherever, however. Whereas when you have a bar, then you have to talk to the owner. You have to say, okay, this is when we're doing it. And the owners also have expectations when you're doing a bar that you have to bring X amount of people, and they want you to. Because you're hosting something at their place, they're expecting a return on that investment. Versus, you may not be charging you to do that, but they're expecting like a 1 purchase minimum. You know what I mean? Or they expect like sales to go up because of it. So there is that pressure. Whereas when you do it outside and outside, there's not that pressure to sell stuff. It's just honestly more pressure to have people show up, which is a lot easier than having to also sell stuff because you got to sell stuff and have people show up. That's a lot more stress for you. Because if they see that, like, oh, you're not really getting that much people in here, you're not getting that much sales, like, we'll just send it. I mean, because when you're at another venue, you're at the whim of the owner of that venue. Whereas when you have it outside, worst case scenario, you got the police and the Paw Patrol.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But the police don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like y'all doing what? Comedy and shit. Shit. Hey, don't do that shit in Irvine. That shit down, yo.
I haven't done shit in Irvine. I
You
wouldn't
don't
know.
go to Irvine, man. They don't like
They ain't got shit better to do out
They don't
there.
got shit.
They ain't got
They
shit
don't have
better.
shit to do. They give out no helmet tickets if you're riding a damn Haro. If you're on a Huffy with no helmet, you're getting a ticket. Like,
yeah.
I'm never living in Irvine again.
No, it's hard to live in the Orange County, just because, like you said, it's really white out there. It's really white out there. Like, people don't know how Southern California is until you get to Orange County.
Yeah, man, it's hillbilly central. Man.
Yeah, I mean, there's also Fontucky. Fontana. That's what I love to call
I like
Fontucky.
that shit.
My sister lives out there, so I can say that shit.
We gotta make sure she sees this, man. You're bodying this shit.
Oh man, like I said, I love talking. I love communicating. Like, for me, I have so much shit that I love to spread. I'm a talker. I'm a bullshitter. That's why my initials are also BS, because I'm full of it.
Oh shit! It's happening again.
But I did a lot of research. Not just in comedy, but also podcasting, how to talk, how to communicate. Like, you have to do research. Doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're a comic, you got to study other comics. If you're a football player, you got to study other football players. If you're a singer, you got to study other singers. You know what I mean? Like a performance. Like Drake's performances when he first started out, they were just him singing, doing this and that. But now you go to a Drake concert, there's
production.
lights,
Yep.
there's fireworks, there's dancers. It's boom, boom, this and that. Same thing with comedy. The first time you do comedy,
Yeah, for real.
ba 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 ba, and then you get like 10 years, 15 years, you're like and you get into it. There's a show with a flavor. You get all this excitement, but it's the first time.
You can see it, yo.
Mhm.
Like,
It's a progression.
For me, like, it's clear. It's night and day. Like, all right, he's been in it for like a year max, so he probably thinks he's the shit. Compared to this guy, he's a fucking Rolls Royce. Everybody's dying laughing, and honestly, it's effortless to him now. I want to get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We all do. We all do. You all want to walk into a room and be the funniest person there. You all want to do that. And that's a little bit of narcissism in us. But like,
of course. It's okay. It's natural. Shit.
It's natural. I mean, it's natural to be jealous. There's a few comics I'm jealous of, but you know what? It's more jealous in the sense of like, I'm happy for them, but I'm jealous because I'm not there yet. And that's a good competitive jealous, because I want to be there too. So that means I got to put in the work to be there. And like, I had one comic come up to me, and they were talking about another comic, and I was like, I don't know why other comics like them. Their shit's not funny. I don't like their jokes. I don't like their humor. Why does everyone think they're funny? And I tell that person, like, yeah, they don't think they're funny, but they're doing the work. And they're coming here to all the stage, and they're doing pretty good. It's not that like they're the best comic, but, you see the work that they're putting in, everything they're doing, and this other person's like, I still don't like them. Like, no matter what, you just don't, you have people you just don't like. Like I said, that other dude, I just don't like him. I won't respect him. I don't respect him. And I won't respect anything he does or will do. You know what I mean? And that's just a personal thing I have against him because of the person he is.
Right.
You know what I mean? His comedy, I don't give a fuck how good or bad his comedy is. Just because I knew him before he started doing comedy, I don't like him.
Yeah,
it's different.
I'm there because, like, I love everybody.
Yeah.
Until I feel like
they done me dirty. Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, wait, bro. Like, number one, for a fact, you're not funnier than me.
Yeah.
But I sit here and I big you up and I laugh at all your shit, and I do what I feel I'm responsible to do as a listener, a person in the crowd, and you shit on me?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, a lot of people forget words get back. Words travel around the world. Just because you say it doesn't mean it ends there. People, words travel around the world, and they get back to where you left them. You know what I mean? So don't if you talk shit about someone, it's gonna get back to them. So so be careful. I don't care how good of friends you are with a person or with a comic. They're still gonna talk. They're still gonna have conversations. It may not be that person that you said it to. It may be something that person said to somebody else that person said to that person. You know what I mean? Things get around. So even if you said it to some person, I've been in a conversation where I wasn't a part of, but I heard things that I wasn't supposed to hear. You know what I mean? You hear things where you're not supposed to hear, and you can either keep your mouth shut or you can pass the shit along. And there's been times where I pass that shit along just because, you know why? Because I'm here for it. I'm here for the drama. I'm here to be petty. If you fuck me over, you fuck my boys over, my girls over, I'm gonna fuck you over too. Like, you gotta, there has to be, not that you have to be, but no matter what you're doing.
It's principle, man.
It's principles. There's gonna be situations in your life that you may not. I should say that you may not that you're gonna look back and regret, but in the moment you're like, fuck that bitch.
It's funny though, cause like during the weekends I work at Yard House. My blind ass, I'm running around the restaurant, I'm doing my thing. Like, you can call me from across the room. Hey, yo, hey, Julius, what's up, man? I gotta act like I see you. I gotta act like I know who. Oh, what's up, man? Oh shit.
I don't know a lot of people. I forget everyone's face. I forget everyone's names.
I get up close. I'm like, oh shit. Oh, so okay, boom. I know who it is now. He just starts going in on a few comics, and I had no choice but to agree with him because he was right.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's so many things. Every comic comes from a different place. Every comic comes from a different background, and the beauty of comedy, it brings us all together in this small little area, small little space. You know what I mean? It brings us all, and we all confront each other. But some people just, they don't know how to act. You know what I mean? They never were taught how to act. And some people will say that about me, and I understand.
We can't even blame them for it all. Because they don't know no better.
They don't know better. And the thing is, I choose to not know better. I choose to act a fool.
But you can say that, though.
Yeah, because I choose to act a fool. I choose to be wild, and that's part of the personality and part of the persona. Because I'm high and I'm drunk all day, every day. You know what I mean? I live my life in HD vision. High and drunk. You know what I mean? HD vision. I took that one.
That shit.
Yeah, I live my life in HD vision, high and drunk. So I just, like, I'm not a role model. I don't choose to be a role model. I'm not telling people I'm a role model, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. Shit gonna hit you so hard you lose a tooth. Oof. I don't speak the truth. I speak the truth. Oof.
The truth.
Truth.
TROOF.
Truth. You know what I mean? Just, you got it. You can't be fake. You can't be posing, because the longer you try and be fake in comedy, the easier it is gonna see it. Because like I go up there. Some person, this thing irked me. Someone told me this a few months ago. It said, Blaze, it has a black scent. I'm like, bitch, I ain't got no black scent.
I
ain't got one, bitch. This is my accent. It's just, that's just the way I speak. You know what I mean? And
hey, look, they hate you when you fake.
Yeah.
They hate you more when you're real.
Yeah, because you know why? Because they can never be real. You know what I mean? You gotta be real. Amen. Life's nothing but being real. Cheers to being real.
Gotta get that on. You know what I mean?
Like, I've never been fake a day in my life. Like, the fakest I've ever been was telling a woman I wasn't seeing anyone else. Other than that, you know, I'm real. I keep it real. I keep it 100. I keep it 1,000%, man. You can call me Spartan. Keep it 300.
I might have been fake to myself, and that's the worst kind.
That is the worst, because we lie to ourselves so much. Every man lies to himself. Every man says he's got the biggest dick. Every man says he's got the best jokes. Every man says he's got the best game. Let's be honest.
The reality hits you like a Mack truck. Yeah. She's just looking at you. Like, you over there, like, yeah, girl. Yeah, hey, how was that? That shit was the best. Huh? And
she's like,
can you get me some juicy juice? Like, what you mean?
She's like, can you get my vibrator?
Oh, she just gets up and she go gets it. No wobble in the leg, no Bambi leg or nothing. And
no stutter step.
Yeah, man. Like, she didn't fall into the wall or nothing. It's like, oh, but I thought. So how do you have you ever, because you sound, and just, you know, with all the experience, with experience comes accomplishments.
Sometimes they say experience comes failure. I mean, I have a lot of failing experience. I wouldn't say
that's good. That's, you know, you got to fail to accomplish something.
Yeah.
Even if you fail, if you finish it, nonetheless, it's still an accomplishment.
In that sense, I'll say
yes men. You ever had to deal with yes men?
No, not for me. Not me, because especially my friends, I don't keep bullshit friends around. And I can't keep bullshit, because if people bullshit around me, I call them out. And I have friends of mine, one of my best friends, name's Krista. I've known her since for 14, 15 years now.
Shout out Krista.
Yeah. She, every time she tells me anything, first thing I say is, bitch, are you stupid? Because, like,
you're supposed to talk to your best friends like that.
Yeah, no, I tell her that because, like, she bought her phone for one of her girlfriends, right? And first thing she said, I said, bitch, are you stupid? You know what I mean? Because, like, why? Don't buy a phone for a girlfriend, a fiance, even your wife, 50-50. You know what I mean? I'm very against buying things for other people. You know what I mean, big things like that. You can buy nice little things. Another thing is she had a car. She got a car in her ex-girlfriend's name. No.
Yeah.
No. No.
If I buy you a car, it's going in your name, yo.
No. She got the car. No, she got the car, but because of her credit, she couldn't finance it, so she put it in her ex's name.
Nah, don't do that.
Nope.
We own you now.
Nope. I tell every person, don't buy anything nice. Don't buy big things. Don't buy phones. Don't buy cars. Don't buy houses. Don't buy education. You know what I mean? Just that's that own shit that they need to figure out. I mean, because like once you start doing that, you pretty much start being daddy. I mean, you start doing this for them, you start doing that for them, and then you just fall into a hole. You gotta set boundaries with your not only just your friendships but your relationships. I mean, some people they take advantage of you financially, emotionally. You know, you have some people will take advantage of you just because of your time. They'll take advantage of your time.
It's happened to me before.
Mm-hmm.
I was a trick.
Mm-hmm. And like being taken, and people don't realize like having your time taken advantage of is such a huge waste of your resources, of your own personal. Not you're a resource to them, but for you, it's a waste of your time, your resources, and your effort. And like you have to put yourself in a situation where like it's mutual. Like a lot of my friendships, it's all mutual. Like we're all friends.
No doubt.
I don't have
one-way streets don't work around here.
I don't have friends that pay. I don't have friends like paying me. Like I'm not that type of person. Like we friends because we cool. We hang out. We click.
Yeah.
And I don't pay shit. I don't pay for shit other people pay. Like I'm buying shit for me and me, myself, and I. Like I'm buying shit for Irene.
Some of my closest friends, there has not been any transaction.
Yeah, you don't need to.
You know what I mean? And even if, like, perfect example, my one of my homegirls, right? We've been friends for so long, and there hasn't been a transaction until literally like 13 years into our friendship.
Yeah, but it wasn't anything like big.
Nah, it was like, hey, you got 20 so I can buy the kids like some Wendy's. Oh yeah, I got you. Don't even worry about that.
Yeah, that ain't nothing.
But it's like, oh shit, like it hit. Like
that's
why we've been friends for so long.
That's part of the reason.
You know what I mean? Like number one, like there has been no like sexual relationship.
Don't
there,
fuck your friends.
And there has been no money.
Yeah. Don't fuck your friends. Don't fuck your friends. Like I have a lot of female friends, and I have a lot of female comedy friends, and I don't fuck your friends. Don't fuck your coworkers, and don't fuck your friends. I see every female comic as a coworker, because like I said, whatever you say is gonna get back to you. If you fuck one girl, if it's good, if it's bad, it don't matter, because people are gonna judge her, and people are gonna judge you. So long as you treat them like I treat every female comic like a male comic. You know, either they're good at comedy or they're bad at comedy. And then are they a good person or are they a bad person? Like, other than that, like, you know, they're sexual, they're sexy, but they're not. I'm not going to fuck a female comic. I've done that already. I've done that already.
Shit,
like,
you fuck around and then half of her set is about you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Man.
No, this girl, she don't talk shit about me. She's like, she blocked me and everything. She don't talk to me.
Told the whole damn Netflix special I got fucking hair on my toes, man.
Yeah,
damn,
shit. Talking about my hairy toes.
Yeah, shoot. Talking about, oh, he's Sasquatch from the ankles down. Like, man, fuck you, man. Damn, you wasn't even supposed to know that. I'm pillow talking to the whole world.
This is why we can't have nice things. Fuck, man, fuck. This thing like you were talking about merch. I got like a few merch ideas that I want to do.
Life, man.
And it's hard to do merch, because the thing is, like, you start off in a negative, and people are scared.
No,
people are scared.
I think that's every business though.
90% of businesses, you start in the negative.
You get paid last.
Yeah, you
first
do.
To pay.
You got to start in the negative, and that's what people are scared of when they start a business, is starting in the negative. No one wants to start behind.
They got to get out of that.
It's a fear. It's hard. It's easy to be fearful. It's hard to be brave.
Yeah, you gotta bless you. You gotta let that shit. You have to put that in the back of your mind. You have to go in.
Excuse me.
Bless you, man. You're good. It's not going in with the intention to fail.
No.
But it's going in with, you have to go in like, okay, it's possible that I might not make this money back, but it's copywritten, it's mine, and hopefully one day I can get rich.
90% of businesses fail. 90% of businesses fail.
You know, they're supposed to.
Yeah, but that's why it's so hard to be successful. 90% of comics fail. 90% of singers, rappers, artists fail in the sense of they're not profitable. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that's
I
what
mean,
and
there we
that's what a lot of folks think of. Is they think of profit. They think how successful, how monetarily successful you are, and that's what a lot of people envision success. For me,
Yeah, they
like I
get
said,
stuck
it's
in a
about being
rat
happy.
race.
It's about being happy. It's about like living a comfortable life where I can sustain my lifestyle.
You didn't fail the world with that one hit wonder. Vanilla Ice, you did not fail the world with that one hit
But
wonder.
he ain't getting paid off it.
You ain't getting paid. I mean, you might have failed financially, but I go in the yard house right now.
That's the thing. That's the thing that's so scary about like another thing is like music. It's so easy to like get taken advantage of. Like in the entertainment industry, it's so easy for people to take advantage of you. Like I said, not just like your ability, but your time. Like your time is so valuable when you're an entertainer because that's how you get paid. You get paid for your time. You don't get paid for producing something. You don't get paid for building a house, a boat, making dinner, making food. You get paid for your time. So is your time worth your money? I mean, is my time worth your money?
It goes backwards too because when you go to work, you're getting paid for your time.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Like,
but they put the price on that.
yeah, I mean the government does too.
That shit ain't. Yeah.
I mean, I have a minimum. Like for me, my minimum base pay is $1 a minute. That's how much I get paid per hour. $1 a minute. So that's my base pay. You know what I mean?
So is that worth it to you, or like?
I mean, $1 a minute. Do you wait? All right. If you're getting
Would
paid,
I work for $1 a minute? Yes, I would.
yeah, $1 a minute is good money. That's $60 an hour.
Because I get 55 cents a minute.
Yeah, you're getting paid like $15 an hour. Most people are getting paid $15, $16, $17 an hour. I'm getting paid $60 an hour. $1 a minute.
Yeah.
That's worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me personally, because that's how valuable my time is. If I can make $1 for a minute, so like if people pay me $5 for 5 minutes.
Yeah, easy.
That's
easy
fine.
Call.
That's easy money. If you get paid $30 for 30 minutes,
easy
bro,
call.
that's not bad. That's 2 drinks. You know what I mean? That's like carry your drink total.
What? Like you're $16 an hour? Like
Mhm.
for me, I'm too old to be making 16. I'm not knocking anybody that
Yeah.
does. I'm 33. At my age, no, nothing's worth my time.
No, not $15 an hour. $30 an hour maybe. But other than that, like what is your time worth? And people don't understand that. They think, oh, I'm just getting paid whatever they pay me. It's like no. I've quit a job because my boss wouldn't give me a 50-cent raise. I asked for a 50-cent raise. She laughed at me. She laughed in my face and said no. Well, I'm gonna go from $8.50 to $9 an hour, and then after 2 days after that, the day after that, I gave her my 2 weeks notice. I said I quit.
Yeah,
Right? And then the day after I gave my 2 weeks notice, the head no, not even. I quit. I said because not only would I've gotten the raise, I would have gone from $8.50 to $11 an hour. And the reason why I quit was because of the principal. Because I hated the boss so much, the manager so much, I just said, fuck her. I quit, and then after I quit, 2 more people quit because I quit. Because they're like, look, you're the best one here. You're the one doing the most work, doing the most to teach everyone, helping everyone. Like all the therapists who were there, all the staff who was there knew I was doing the most, and I was doing the best. And I deserved a 50-cent raise at the minimum. And I mean, after that, I could have got a $250 raise, you know what I mean? So like I know my value and my worth.
Yeah, same.
And so you have to don't be afraid. A lot of people are afraid to shake the tree. You can't be afraid to shake the
shit, man.
A closed mouth don't get fed. If you want to eat,
even a little bit.
Yeah, if you want to eat, you got to open your mouth and speak. Because a closed mouth don't get fed. One of my exes hated that because I asked for a threesome. She says, "Why would you do that?" She got all mad. And it's like a closed mouth don't get fed, and she beat the fuck out of me. She's like, blah 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 blah. So, if you want something, you got to ask for something. As you can tell, that relationship didn't work out. But, but you know what? At least you know where that person stands, and you gotta be open because too many people are going through life half-stepping. You got to full step through life. You can't just take half steps and like expect to be at the finish line. You got to full step, go full in there, and like better words, go balls deep. You know what I mean? Full step in there.
Yeah,
Full
if
step
you,
in
if
there.
You, if you half stepping, you're not getting to the finish line before me, and I'm
No.
taking these big ass strides.
Yeah, it's like football. Like if
Right.
you're gonna, you don't half step into a tackle. You full step into a tackle. Because if you half step into a tackle, you getting trucked. You're getting ran the fuck over.
Blasted.
Yeah,
What?
exactly. You got a full step into a hit. Otherwise, you're getting fucked up. Same thing with comedy. You got a full step into comedy, or else you're gonna get fucked up. And that's it's life. Life. You got a full step through life.
So when you because earlier you said you kind of took a hiatus from the podcast.
Well, yeah. Well, I stopped doing it because my friend Charlie, who also started the Charlie Shark podcast with, he just, like I said, he just got the best. He lost motivation.
So you stayed motivated.
I stayed motivated.
Got it. Okay.
I stayed motivated, and you see this for a lot of things. Like I've seen a lot of football players too, like through high school and community college. Is like a lot of folks. They're really, really talented. They're really good at whatever they do, like a quarterback, a running back, cornerback. But the thing is, they have no personal drive to be better. They're only successful.
High expectations.
They're successful on low, successful on not low expectations, but successful on like low standards. Success on low standards.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Because their standards aren't that high. Like Jerry Rice, his standards were here, so he worked to get to here. Whereas some other athletes, they are so athletically gifted that they're already here without putting all that work. But they want to get to that Jerry Rice level. Yeah. They got to put this much more effort.
I don't need to put that type of work, and I'm nice already.
Yeah, okay. Like for some folks, you can think of like Randy Moss. Like when Randy Moss was with the Oakland Raiders, he didn't give a shit, and you can see it. But then he got traded to the Patriots, and he completely did a 180. I mean, it was the situation that he was in, the effort that he was giving, the work that he was putting in. How much more work was he putting in New England versus Oakland? He's even been admitted that he didn't put any work in Oakland, and when he got to New England, he put in so much more effort that it changed his whole game and his whole mentality. So it's things like that. We gotta change our mentality. You can't let your circumstances dictate your effort. You know what I mean? A lot of folks will let their situation dictate the amount of effort that they give something. Like, you know, we like, for you, for instance, like you can be like, I have kids, I got a girl, I got bills to pay. I don't have time to be doing a podcast. I ain't got time to be doing comedy. I won't put that much effort into it. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I got kids, I got a girl, I got all these bills.
That's fucking example.
You know what I mean? This is a great example. It's like you're putting in all those effort. You're not half stepping through it. You got a full step through it. Same thing with this. We're full stepping through this. You're like, just knowledge, man. That's a good thing. I've been lucky in my life that I've been willing to question things, and it's not made me a likable person in certain situations. Because people will say something, and they expect you to believe it, and they expect you to not challenge them. You know what I mean? Like in a situation like that is like, you'll say something, we'll say something like random. You say one thing and someone will say it's racist. And then you ask them, what's racist about it? Oh, it's not a nice thing to say. You shouldn't say it. Well, why shouldn't I
answer my question?
Yeah, it's like, why shouldn't you say it? It's like, because it's not nice. It's mean. Okay, what's mean about it?
Still not answering my question.
Yeah.
Why is it not nice and why is it mean?
Yeah, I want you to, people don't know how to properly emote their emotions and their thoughts. You know what I mean? They don't know why they say something. They don't know why they think something. They just do it.
Yeah, they've never been challenged before.
No, and that's and that's part of the reason why I have a lot of good and bad friends. I made a lot of friends. I made a lot of enemies because like I'm willing to challenge you in your thought process on why you said something.
Yeah, devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm. Because you have to, because I want to understand what you're saying, and like, you know, because like, especially with like since Trump's came into office and all these things, people's like, oh, Trump's this, Trump's that. And I was like, what is it about Trump that you don't like? I was like, oh, because he's a racist. Okay, what about him is racist? Oh, he's a sexist. What about him is sexist? And what about, you know what I mean? Because I really, not that I'm defending him, is I want to understand why you believe that. It's like, because I want you to. I'm not saying I like Trump. I don't like Trump. I'm just saying that like I want you to properly
be original. Have your own reasons.
Yeah.
Stop conforming to what the
What
fuck you saw
CNN
on
says.
Instagram.
Yeah, just because CNN or
You know what I
NBC
mean?
said it, like, okay, so what they said it. What do you think about it? Why? What is it so bad about it? What do you not like about it?
Do your own research, yo.
Kanye West, he said he was going to go DEFCON 3 or DEFCON 5 on the Jews. You know what I mean, and for him, it was like he was like he meant something totally different.
Def is short for defense, people. He's trying to defend himself, but
I don't really know the whole context, but like he probably doesn't even know what DEFCON 5 means. He's probably just heard it and like thinks it sounds awesome, so he said it. You know what I mean? Not to defend him, but like he has a certain perspective of the industry. Something that he said that like was very interesting that like I didn't think gets enough attention is he said like every contract in the music industry has a Jewish name in it, and I was like, okay, that's an interesting thing to say. Like that's true. But what do you mean by like? Why does that matter? You know what I mean,
got you.
Why does it matter? Why does it matter that the Jews quote unquote run Hollywood? Does that matter? What about like other industries? What about like construction? What about like finance? Is like obviously say they own the banks and this and that. Like whatever, I don't care. Like I've never understood anti-Semitism. I don't think I ever will. I don't ever understand like racism. I don't think I ever will. Like I never hated somebody based on their skin or where they're from. I mainly hated them because of the actions that they presented against me. Like racism goes back to the beginning of man. It's more about segregation. It's more about like separation. Did you ever watch The Fairly Odd Parents growing up?
Like I watched the old ones.
So the Nickelodeon's the old
Yeah.
ones. So there's an episode where Timmy Turner is playing with a ball, and one of his neighbors is a dentist, but they won't let him play with the ball or play with them because he has buck teeth, and they have the nicest, shiniest, best teeth, and so they won't play with. So Timmy wishes for the world to be all gray blobs, and so he sees those people again. He's like, "Oh, you can't make fun. You can't exclude me now." He says, "Oh, yes, we can, because you're the grayest and blobbiest blobs." Yep. And that's what racism, that's what sexism, that's what hate is you just trying to segregate yourself, differentiate yourself, because it doesn't matter, because like Mexicans, blacks, like you hear this all the time. Black people say, "Oh, you're not black enough. You're not. I'll take your black card." Mexicans say the same thing. Mexicans like, "Oh, you're not Mexican enough. Oh, you don't speak Spanish."
To me before.
Yeah, Mexicans say
the same
thing.
thing. From Orange County, you ain't even like.
Yeah, you're not even black. You're from Orange County. It's like that doesn't decrease your experience. That doesn't diminish who you are as a black man. But they want to say that against you as something like, "Oh, I'm more black than you because I grew up this way."
This is the thing. So Jews, they're getting attacked. You know what I mean? I say attacked, or it's anti-Semitism, because they don't do that to each other.
Oh.
Jewish people do not do that. When is the last time you heard on Jewish crime? When's the last time you heard this Jewish person talk shit on that Jewish person?
Because they're not Jewish enough. Like you won't say, "Oh, he doesn't have a." They won't be like, "He's unvaccinated," or no, uncircumcised. He's not Jewish enough because he's not circumcised.
But like seriously though, like that is non-existent in the Jewish community. I think that's what needs to be focused on. It's like we as blacks, as Mexicans, even as whites, there's a group of white people that hate this group of white people.
Yep.
Rich white people hate fucking
poor black people. Yep. It's for them. It's all economic.
Let one rich group of Jewish see one of their own people that's poor. Fuck that. Come over here.
Yeah.
Bring your ass over here. We're gonna get this money together. We don't do that.
We want to separate ourselves from each other. We want to say we're. I want to say it's kind of like OJ. Remember, is like OJ said, is like I'm not black, I'm OJ.
Fuck that.
That's what OJ said.
That's not okay. Like that's not okay. Jewish people do not do that. You know what I mean? So it's like they own everything, and they do own everything. Like they own a bunch of shit.
Yeah, well,
But that's not a fucking bad thing.
No.
We should be wanting to be like that.
Yes,
You
we
know
should
what I
want
mean?
to support each other. We should be wanting to
Exactly.
lift each other.
That's-
One thing I always like to iterate and say, like you probably heard this, like a Mexican's worst enemy is another jealous Mexican, and which I've heard that throughout my whole life. And you talk to a lot of Mexicans, there's like it's the same thing. It's just true. It's because
I
people
know
want what
know
you don't
how it
have.
is when the Theos get together, man.
Nothing but shit talking.
It's all
Nothing but shit talking.
straight gossip novella episode 94,000. You know what I mean? Blacks too, especially like in the church.
Oh, the church is the most judgmental place in the world.
No, she ain't wear that outfit. She wore that last night at the club. You know I gave her that hat, right?
She hasn't given back to me
You know
for
what
3
I'm
years.
saying? Like we gotta stop doing that shit. Jewish people don't do that shit, and if they do it, they're not. Look at this bitch ass nigga.
World star.
You know what I mean?
World
They're
star.
not doing that shit.
Yeah.
They're not doing that shit. Like again, it's just my opinion.
Yeah,
You
well,
know
it
what
is.
I
It
mean?
is
Come
true.
kick-
It is true. It's just like a lot of self-hate, and I felt like a lot of the minorities we've been put in a situation where like we've been pitted against each other in a situation like.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different. That is a whole different.
Like
conversation.
Asians-
we can go
Asian-
down
yeah.
the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I mean, there's a huge. There's a huge rabbit hole that I like to talk about this kind of stuff because for me, it's like, why do we hate ourselves? Why
It
do
was
we?
all planned. It was all design. Everything was a design.
Why is there a liquor store in every corner of the
straight
hood?
up.
Why is there a liquor store in every corner of the hood? Right?
I've seen this firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an Orange County baby. I was born and raised in Santa Ana for a huge part of my life. That's
Mhm.
North Orange County. Then I moved. My mom moved me and my family to South Orange County.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to have a better life.
Yeah.
But I've seen it. I used to live across the street from a Rite Aid.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go to the Rite Aid. You can get a gallon of milk for $2.89.
Yep.
Go across the train tracks to Santa Ana. Go to like a Ralph's or a Vons or maybe even another Rite Aid.
John's.
A gallon of milk is $3.50.
Yeah.
It's little subtle shit like that.
Mhm.
Like why this place with more money, the essentials are not as expensive compared to over the bridge or over the train tracks. It's a little more impoverished.
Mm-hmm.
There's projects everywhere. You got low income housing, but we gotta pay
$1 more,
$7
yeah.
for Tide.
Yeah. Because
You know what I
it not only is that you have to pay more, but it's locked up. Because
Yeah,
you,
it
you-
is- yeah,
and, you know
man.
the reason why is because supposed quote unquote because you're in a more poor or crime invested neighborhood
Mm-hmm.
that there's going to be more theft. So because there's more theft, they have to put the prices a little bit more higher. So then that way it offsets the amount of theft going around going at the place. If
Higher
everything's right-
prices means higher theft, people.
Yeah, yeah, but
If it
it's a
costs
back
more,
way. It's a
I'm
back way
steal
thinking.
it.
It's a backway way of thinking. It's a backwards way of thinking. Like it's reactive, not proactive. You know what I mean, the same thing with like healthcare. Healthcare is reactive, not proactive. We don't fix problems when they happen. We fix problems after they happen. A bridge falls, then we worry about like, oh, why didn't we do this? Why didn't we do that? Like maybe if you had maintenance on it and you kept it good, oh, why did the power line fall off? Well, because you haven't fixed the power lines in 50 years.
1000%.
I mean, it's about being proactive. We can't allow these things to happen. Like same thing with our communities. We got to be proactive in our communities and our
Yeah.
people and our own people. Like we got to support our own kind. We got to Mexicans. We got to support blacks and Mexicans and
Yeah,
Asians.
word.
Don't hate on another. Like don't hate on someone just because they're Asian. Don't hate on someone just because they're black or they're Mexican or they're white. You give them love first and then let them deserve the hate. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Make
word.
people earn hate because you can't just give hate.
We like even just to bring it down. You know what I mean? Like what I like to do is I'll take any kind of situation and I'll chop that shit into sections.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like it can even start like, you know what I mean? Like let's say you live in the roughest neighborhood where there's trash everywhere. You know what I
Gangs,
mean?
shootings, needles on the floor.
Hey, pick that shit up, dog. We don't do that shit around. Hey, pick that shit up, throw it in the trash. I mean, that's just how we get down over here.
Yeah.
We keep our shit clean.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Take,
It's like,
take
oh
ju-
wait,
yeah.
what? You want to keep this shitty ass area clean? Hey, look, it's shitty to you, but this where I stay at.
Yeah.
Pick that shit up, dog. You don't do that shit around the corner.
Yeah. Have respect for your own neighborhood. Have not respect, but like have pride for where you came from. A lot of folks don't have pride. Like they'll say, "It was like, oh, I come from this hood, I come from that hood," but they don't take care of their hood. And
Why you throw that bottle on the floor, my G? Pick that shit up and throw it in the trash. This is your hood, right?
It's your hood. If you're gonna claim this as your hood, if you're gonna be this gangbanger, then you have to also be like, if you want to claim a hood, then take care of the hood.
At least you do is keep the shit
Just keep the shit
clean.
Keep
the shit clean.
Keep the shit clean. You know what I mean? Don't disrespect your own hood. A lot of folks will claim their hood but disrespect their own hood at the same breath. You know what I mean? And I've noticed that as growing up as an outsider. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of them will claim their hood. A lot of gangbangers will claim their hood, but they're not keeping their hood good. They're not keeping their hood safe. They're just causing trouble. And a lot of folks they're just wild kids. They're just wild kids out there thinking they're badass.
Maintain a rep. We want to be known to be the hardest.
It's not. What does that get you? It gets you people killed. It gets families hurt. It honestly just brings more police into the neighborhood. If you really want to keep the police out of the neighborhood, then police your own neighborhood in the right way. Don't just shoot people. Don't kill people. You know, do the right thing and police your own neighborhood. Do the right things, do the outreach groups, reach out to the kids, show them there's more ways than violence and selling drugs, because there is more ways out of the hood than just selling drugs. A lot of people, they poo-poo on education because it's too long of a journey. Like I said, everyone wants to be famous and rich tomorrow, but education is an investment in time. It's an investment in your time. It's an investment in your future. And a lot of folks can't see past their own nose. You know what I mean? A lot of folks that see this one dude, he's selling a few bricks and he has, gold chain, gold watch. He's got a Mercedes. He's got this and that. Like I said, that's not what it's about.
Like a bunch of liabilities to me.
And like, I don't wear jewelry for shit. I rarely wear jewelry. Like I hate going around because every time I wear jewelry, I feel like people are watching me. Especially like all these rappers.
Hey, this shit is stainless steel. All right?
It's fake.
I love my jewelry. My shit is stainless steel. It looks good, but if you come up to me with that little thing, you ain't gonna get no green lights. All right, stay your ass over there.
Yeah, because like, who was it? Was either Ice Cube or Ice-T? I forget who it was, but like he said, like if you look at a lot of these West Coast rappers, Snoop, Biggie, Snoop, Dr. Dre, Kendrick, even Nipsey, he didn't wear a lot of jewelry. A lot of these people who get shot up here in the hood or in LA, they're wearing jewelry, they were driving nice cars. I mean, the last time a famous West Coast rapper died and got shot up was Tupac. And it was over what? It was over a death row chain. Remember that in Vegas? Yeah. So think about it. Biggest West Coast rapper to die was over a chain. That's not. We can't just be killing people over chains now, just over jewelry. Like people are losing their lives over stones, over rock.
A whole nother rabbit hole.
Man, I got shit to talk about for days. I got laxatives in my mouth. Just shit coming out and out. I know, but it is a school night, so I don't want to keep your kids up too late.
How long we got right there?
It says 2:30.
Oh, that is perfect.
Perfect, my man. But let me tell everyone, my name is Blaze Sanchez. You can follow me on Instagram at his Blaizeness, HISBLAIZENESS. Don't forget the I because I'm legalized. And I read you. Man, I'm a legal Mexican. I'm legal to smoke. Shit. But you can also find me on YouTube at the Blazing Shark podcast. On Instagram, Blazing Shark podcast on Instagram as well. I'm trying to get a TikTok out soon, so that's going to come up hopefully.
Hey, numbers are crazy on there.
I just, the Chinese government. I don't want to support the Chinese government, So I'm not big into communists. I'm a capitalist. I'm a feminist capitalist. I ain't into sharing my wealth, and I'm pretty sure you ain't into sharing your wealth. So that's what it comes down to.
I can't afford to share my wealth.
Nope, I ain't got no wealth to share. I ain't got nothing to share, bitch.
Yeah, I need y'all to share with me.
What's that?
Any shows coming up?
Thursday, December 8th, I'm gonna be in Huntington Beach at the Mamba Bar, and then December 22nd, I'm gonna be I believe it's the Sunset Rooftop. I'm not 100% sure, but it's going to be December 22nd, 8 p.m. It's going to be the Remy Escobar birthday special. So we're going to be celebrating Remy Escobar, comedian, and I'll be one of the comics there. So those are my 2 December shows coming up so far, but there might be more, but we'll see here there.
Hell yeah, man. Well, as always, this shit, hey man, this was some dope shit.
Thank you, my man. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
I thought it was about to be a whole bunch of jokes and shit, but no, you came with jokes. You came
Philosophy.
with knowledge. Yeah, man, I love that shit.
Amen.
Y'all know how I get down, man. We always striving to get better around here.
Amen. Amen.
You know my slogan.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, real quick though, man, you can't fall if you don't trip.
Amen.
Peace.